the giant ape. What the fuck are you talking about?
He does have a good
I
point.
suggested giant crab, thank you.
No, you suggested giant
I
ape.
said giant ape's a
wondered.
possibility,
No,
but then I
no.
said,
I
or you
wondered.
go with a huge
I
giant
wondered
crab.
if there was a giant crab as a joke, and then you're like,
Yeah,
no,
so
turn
there's
it
a
into
huge
giant
giant
ape.
crab. You wanted to be a
said-
T-Rex.
No, I said I want to be a big something, and you're like, there's a big monkey, and I was like,
Joe.
I'll be a big monkey. And I was so happy.
All right, the stream is live. I put the stream back up just FYI.
No,
So
everything's
hey,
fine
you know what?
and everything's good.
Hi,
We have been
everyone.
here the
We
whole
were
time.
talking about monkeys this entire time while Michael's internet was crashed. How's everyone doing?
Post it in chat. So interactivity. So let's play. So as far as we go, it's definitely different than before. So before it was just like that roboting and that upload was a problem. So the router like completely dropped. So
Living life on the edge. Let's see if we can't do the combat at least.
That's all I can. That's all I can do. All right. So we go through 2 successive strikes here.
Right,
With
2
Nair
successful
both.
strikes.
Just like I haven't been able to log back into the Foundry. I'm not even getting the login prompt.
Close
you still logged in.
reopen.
He's still logged in on Foundry.
No, he's not. He's refreshing. You can see the refreshes coming on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting the admin access prompt.
Yeah, I just refreshed it, and it usually it says authentication. So it says /auth, do /game, and it should work.
Yeah, just close the tab and
close the tab, reopen it. Yeah.
A regular refresh will not work. You actually have to clear the jQuery cache. So you actually have to go through like was it Control F5 or whatever is like the authentic
which sucks.
Resetting of it.
Yeah.
Will that be fixed? I don't know. I can't tell you.
Probably low priority.
Very low priority.
Can someone throw a link up in chat or something? Because I thought I had it bookmarked, but I guess I don't.
No, I'm busy on Discord right now.
You're not
that. I'm just bidding on Discord. Sorry, y'all.
Yes, thank you.
There we go. Let me know when you're ready. I'm just going to finish my turn.
Whatever the page is. There we go. It's logging me in.
One last thing.
Okay, good to go.
All right.
Ooh.
One last thing.
One last little quick thing, really quick thing.
All right, unpause, go for it.
Beautiful. Okay. Having taken 2 swings and failed both times and full of the rage, Nair will use War Magic to cast Firebolt.
You know, Nair is
hold
more
down
of like a
control for
disc-
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yes.
Yeah, disadvantage.
That's right.
Guess you want to take a step
16.
back.
Disadvantage is not going to connect.
No, she doesn't need to take a step back. She's still ringed to him.
Firing the firebolt at direct range, you kind of grab your hand, shielding the firebolt, and press it into the shield. The shield becomes almost molten hot from the fire, which goes towards your forearm. It's braced on the shield, but no damage is dealt.
She's gonna let out like one last yell of frustration, and then that's my turn.
All right. Ending turn. Now turning the direction over towards you, Torgorath. This creature flying in the air is going to move 90 feet.
Oh, wow.
In one flight as it flies
Wow,
and wisps
wow, wow.
itself together and points its scythe in the direction of you. Perhaps
Jeez.
you need a demonstration.
So I
Looks
really
into
do.
your
No. No, we don't need a demonstration.
Oh, it's funny that like half our party's gonna die on that side of the room.
Chains begin to erupt around to try to grab hold.
Oh, see, okay.
Come on, sit. Come on, sit. Come on, little baby. Go.
I have no problem saving from a charisma saving throw.
I almost thought you failed for a second.
20
Oh, I just
charisma
saw
saving
11 for a
throw
second
is
there.
going to be a success as the chains now pull around. They kind of wrap around you. And as that happens, you can see slightly a change of shadow necrosis begin to sprout around your hands and your wrists and your forearms. And these tendrils of black claws begin to form outwards of your hands. As that happens, the form almost slightly retracts, but some of it does indeed stay, as your nails are elongated to twice their size. They are black. Much of your skin has patches of tendrils of the necrosis themselves, and a cylindrical thing begins to occur. If you're in, depending on which form you are, this still is going to transfer over. It does not matter of what form that you are kind of shifting to. That same thing is happening either on the cat form, your paw, right, with your nails is happening, and some of the patches maybe in the fur, right, are changing to that necrosis, and then in your other form with the humanoid shape to it.
Okay, I am currently in my humanoid form.
Okay. So then that
nails
representation of your hands, those nails are elongated, and they're sharp, and they're
Ooh, we
having a
lost him
razor.
again.
Oh my god, did we actually?
No, I'm still here.
He might not be gone, but he's for sure in the sunken place for now.
That's.
So can you hear me?
Oh.
I'm here. Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
You were lagging.
I heard you the whole time.
Oh, we didn't hear you at
That's
all,
the
my
best
dude.
part.
I could literally hear
I
you
know.
the whole time. Okay. All right. So if this is going to be the issues like it was previously to it, we're going to have some problems because it's going to keep happening pretty often. Even with the reboot of the router, it's not going to change anything. So we're gonna see how often it happens and frequency of issues, and then if I need to, I do have the new equipment. I just haven't set it up, but I would literally go do that. So we have to figure out how to get to make the
Take a
issue
little
fixed.
intermission.
Yeah, take an intermission, go set the equipment up. It shouldn't
Talk
take
about
too
drugs.
long. So, okay. All right. So then your nails, right? They're twice that size. So this is gonna be the end of the creature's turn here. That's gonna be the end. Gilgir up next.
Don't worry, I saw that shit on Naruto. We can figure it out.
Key doke. All right. I didn't mean to move. Did not mean to move there. All right. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast Guardian or use Guardian on myself, so get myself some temp HP because I need that bad boy. And then I'm gonna use my gauntlets. Let's see how much damage it does.
Okay.
Nothing. Missed.
14 does not connect as the creature, this large gaunt, shifts its body weight backwards to dodge.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, another attack.
Natural 20.
There
There it is.
we go.
Where did you find that?
I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. All right, 25 points with Hex on it.
All right, 51 total points of damage is dealt from the critical, as the thunder damage deals twice as much damage in addition to your hex has been critted. So as you come through, striking the center support leg of its left, the one same kind of whip back as it comes to kind of rapid fire with the gauntlet into it, shattering the crystalline structures. It begins to break apart. The leg kind of teeters and falls down to the side, and then it picks itself back up with what remains of its leg.
Still up. Well, that's not good because that's my turn. That's all I can do. Bonus action, I'm done.
All right, Wing Song, you need a death saving throw.
Okay, bro.
Don't roll in that one. Don't roll in that one. Don't roll in that one.
Yo.
All right, one
Okay,
step
okay.
closer
Perfect.
to life. Awesome. All right, Togorath, Suit, it's your turn.
You're really cutting close there, aren't you?
It's really pushing it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be Marisha.
Super close.
Oh no.
You really had to make that.
fine, guys. He's fine.
Seeing the elongation of my nails and like the necrosis sprouting up, I was like, I would rather not. And I'm going to start backing away. 15, 30, and I'm going to. I will just continue throwing Eldritch Blasts at him because I don't want him near me, so.
Or her.
I think their preferred gender was female, I think last time.
Yeah. We gotta
Yeah.
be inclusive.
And it's like, they
It is
didn't say it overtly, but I think
It is difficult to tell what pronoun would be specific for this individual, right? So definitely freedom of verbiage if you'd like to, or language you'd like to use, but they did kind of define themselves in a very feminine female way. So 20 with an Eldritch
I think we
Blast.
should honor the way they define themselves, which is
20 with the Eldritch Blast comes through. That is
Couldn't
going
deny
to
that.
connect as it pulls apart 11 points of damage. As that happens, Constitution saving throw is going to fail, and Naira, you're no longer. Oh, wait.
There we go.
oh snap, so fast.
Boo.
Ooh, that's all.
Eldritch Blast, just keep throwing them. They'll eventually fail a con save. And
so awkward.
see, what do I got for bonus, I don't got anything for bonus really, so I'm going to, because I got basically nothing left in my reserve, so I will hold on to what I got left and end my turn.
All right, Thothic, it's your turn.
Is there any clear indicator that I'm no longer charmed?
I think that Thothic's passive insight would note that there's a relaxation of your eyes and the gripping of your sword and your muscles and slight confusion to your face.
But the fact that you stopped swinging at him is perfect.
Yeah,
that could be
Something's going to take his mace and kind of like poke her, just like in the chest, like, "Hey, Anna, you there?"
Now roll an attack roll.
That's my bad. That was my bad.
Oh, very bad. Your form is terrible. They're very easy to block those strikes.
Listen,
and he's
would
going to
you-
turn and start running away.
In my heart, I didn't want to.
Opportunity attack.
It just slices out from the back.
Let's see. First, we're gonna move over here. Whoops, 1, 2. That's 1 too far.
Get back there, dwarf. You don't move that fast.
Yeah, I know. I bet.
You're silly.
I'm thinking it's my turn again. Let's see. So bonus action.
I'm gonna
First
throw a
off.
rock at the back of his head.
So
Just
There's
ignore all
that.
the measuring.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention.
bonus action, and then
Dead. Oh, I
Doesn't
just
spare
looked
the
at
dying
myself.
touch, but you have it at
not
range,
for
right?
not for my subclass.
Yeah.
Not for
Class.
grave clerics.
You have it at range. Okay.
I get
So,
60 feet.
Ooh, he's
You
got that
send out
fancy
a
touch.
visceral, gravish hand as it does. It begins
My
to
turn.
send outwards in the direction of Wingsong. Touch this creature here that has 0 hit points. Becomes stable. So you're still unconscious and you're still prone out to Wingsong. That doesn't change that. You are just now stable, which means you will not have to roll any more death saving throws.
I like to think that it was a visceral spiritual hand that just went, "Get your shit together," and shook
Back
him
and-
once real
yeah.
hard.
I would say slap
It is-
him. It's like
Yeah, slapped him.
Just realized my mistake on what I could have done as my bonus action. Oh well.
You live and you learn.
Yep. Forgot I
Are
can
we
actually add
wasting
back.
her?
Waste her. She's charmed. She dominated Nyera. She came after me. She came after you. I don't think you
Oh.
would have. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
All right, so as you send down the flame strike pillaring from the sky, sending down and swallowing up in radiant fire this particular creature. The creature is going to fail on their saving throw. However, they seem to have some sort of resistance to radiance. This creature, as
She's
it
real
Rips
petty about the
around
whole
them.
Palor thing.
They take 26 points of damage. So they're kind of moving and shifting their body, and it's breaking apart in the flames. The scythe kind of grips and holds too, and they kind of sit inside of the pillar as the pillar then kind of subsides, does not linger, it kind of dissipates after the strike kind of sends outwards in that cyclone. And they kind of hold themselves together, fluttering into the air, and then they begin to slowly fall down to the floor of the town.
Okay. And that's everything. So next.
All right, Varys, you're up next.
Hooray! I will move myself over here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Behind this golem.
Okay, you have flank with Goga.
Yeah. Oh,
Or is he flanking with
Man.
me?
you're on the ground. You don't count as a threat.
Ooh!
Thank God for advantage.
13, come around.
That's
Back.
it, you
And you don't
did.
chip away at its crystalline structure. You kind of had too much of a glancing blow.
I'm not used to this quarterstaff still.
Slipped out of the hands. It's actually quite slippery. I wonder why.
And then
All right,
double
26
15.
comes around.
I mean, also bear in mind, this is just it's big for me, so it's just a stick for you.
10 points
Right,
of
yeah,
large damage, chipping away at
Yeah.
the back of its leg.
Yeah,
You're targeting
buddy.
the right leg, the one that's
Go
already shattered
branch,
from the
really.
thunder damage of the gauntlet. Tackling that one with the 10, chipping away at the backside now. Falls, teeters down more towards the ground.
And then I will.
Bonus
I
action.
can't really do anything as my
Body it.
bonus action here, so that'll be my turn.
All right, Paz, you're up next.
Well, I just couldn't get the job done.
It's your stupid stick.
Time for the cleanup crew. Just come in. I'm going to.
Please miss.
Actually, hold on. I want to. We're just gonna finish this off right now.
Okay.
Oh, whatcha?
Cleanup crew coming in. Swinging away.
Somebody's
28.
got to do it.
Yeah.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. Similar fashion, you're going to climb up the leg and the back and go in for the orbit at the center with the necrotic knuckles. You crack in with your fist, bashing away. Rigid is your fist, magical are your strikes. And you can see that this creature begins to topple down. The multiple pieces of its fragments and shards, no longer any magic held. It's crystalline structure together. It just topples down into the massive amounts.
Got it. Now, if I run up these stairs, would I be able to jump
Those stairs
off
go
and-
down.
Oh, they go down. Oh, crap. Well then. Oh yeah, oh that's right. We came down. We came up them. Well, then I'll do the only thing that I can do.
You'll know that Michael did his cool shadows to help us remember that.
I would, except
Even
I
Iron
will.
I shadow a map very well. It's one of my.
The dead don't
We've
speak.
had long conversations about Michael and his shadows and how exciting it is,
I'm
and
sure.
the ability to use them effectively, and the challenges he's faced.
Just because
I'm just admiring the
I'm
handiwork.
talk out of place, I'm gonna end my turn and not heal him.
Appreciate it. All right, Naren, it's your turn.
All right.
Couldn't you have found something? Or you out of darts?
Last time I threw darts, they didn't do anything to her.
Yeah. Because they're not like magic darts.
Fair. That's right.
Yet.
But that's all that matters.
Look at that yoga.
Face
You
to
have to like calculate the hypotenuse whenever she tries to firebolt them.
Does the fire damage already occur? Or do we have to apply it?
They're 15 feet in the air.
So
I thought you
yeah,
said they fell.
No.
Yeah, you said they started floating down.
Yeah, you said
Start-
they
They,
were falling
they're
down.
starting to float down. They haven't got their turn yet.
Oh, wait, can I
Okay.
face step in the air?
You can face step in the air, but I don't think you have enough movement. You have to take your action to dash to get up there with the face step. Because you went 35 feet on your movement. You're actually going to go 30, and then if you step, you'd have to step. You're going to step too far away from them to get to that range. You'd actually have to dash and then step up.
Wait, but can I see them? Okay, hold on, wait.
Just undo the step.
Yeah, where's the control Z for this?
I got it. So you should, if you're
How does one control the-
taking your movement, you would either be back here is where you started with. So if you go 30, you can be to the left of paths
Okay.
as you make your way forward. Shortest
Okay.
distance to the target. From there, you
Gotcha.
have 35 feet to get within range of 5 feet of them, but not count. That does not count the distance of elevation. So
Noted.
regardless, you'll have to dash and then step if you attempt to reach them.
Okay. Alternatively, can I have it back, the face step?
Yeah, you could totally have it back. Yeah, it's just miscommunication. We're still in initiative, we're still in turns. They can't make any sort of movements. For their
Sorry that
bonus
they're
action
falling
things.
Jeez.
They weren't knocked prone.
Yeah, I'm just demonstrating to you all that something has changed. They're no longer are they fluttering in the air. They're now kind of folding their wings down, just giving you a little bit of
Got it,
cues for your
got it.
actions forward.
I would like my face step back and to speak to a manager.
You are.
No,
All right,
gonna,
Karen.
No, I'm gonna do a spell instead. I think
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a spell. It's fine.
Spell's coming out.
Run up. Can we just kill her already? Let's just kill her. Let's murder
We're
her.
working on it. First, we had to deal with priorities.
13. As you fire off a ray, it is going to miss, striking to the left, just inches away from the target.
You gotta give it back to me.
Yeah. Can't you just kill her already?
I'm working on it. It was more of an exasperation than a request from a personal member of the team. Also, if you're the cleanup crew, why can't I throw you at her?
Go ahead and I went ahead and put the slot back on. Just make sure
Thank
to
you.
just do not
Nothing's
consume.
stopping you.
Don't consume a spell slot when you use it.
Can I, just a quick question after this, use my bonus action to throw Paz at her?
No, you cannot.
I'm hearing
Also,
a
last
soft,
time I
soft no.
tried to
Wow, my aim
last
is
time I tried to
bad.
land on her, I went right through her.
Yeah, that was wild. But you
Not
know, it's
going to
always
hit.
worth trying again.
You're gonna see your fire
Yeah.
damage are gonna be re-rolled based on that automation that is happening. Go ahead and fire off your last scorching ray.
Rolling bad. Let's see. Yep, still bad.
15 does not land. All 3 of the scorching rays as they begin to fire off.
I'm still
left,
very
right,
disoriented
upwards.
from being dominated.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just gonna take your hand and like point the finger better.
The target is also dark, right? It's difficult to see, so
Yeah.
you're trying to fire off.
And yeah, so Paz is helping me. He can't see shit.
Yeah,
I'm
yes.
confused. Which is not. It's not it. There wasn't any aftercare post this domination. I'm aiming badly.
Anything else on your turn?
You.
Is that a no?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I
It's like new. I was like, wait, did Haley just pass out? Because
That was it, and the little ghost left me.
All right, so we come to the Morsatra here is going to flutter and slowly hover down, press themselves to the ground. As they do, they stomp
Oh,
the
there he is.
scythe
there
into
he
the
is.
ground as they kind of press the scythe into the ground, and then the scythe slowly dissolves, and then they just take a hand and put it towards the chest, and they simply state, "You are strong enough," and they end their turn. Gilgy, you're up next.
That's weird.
That's such a ominous thing to say. I'm not gonna heal. I could heal Wingsong, but I'm not gonna heal
I
Wingsong.
love how everyone's like, leave this guy on the ground. Paz
Oh.
did it too! Paz literally was like, he spoke out of turn, I'm not healing him.
Ruthless.
I'm gonna
Pumped up.
transfer the
Pumped up.
hex over to and I'm gonna transfer over the hex to this character here, or to that creature. And
Lady.
yes,
She said she was a lady.
and you know what? Because I have not used this, I really do. I'm gonna use lightning bolt, even though it could be not exactly like useful. I'm still gonna use it.
I'm gonna do what I want
Okay.
when I want, no matter what.
All right, so firing off the lightning bolt, the creature is going to choose to fail as the lightning strikes
Wow.
through. 27 points of damage is dealt. As they're hit by the lightning bolt, you see they begin to dissolve in a blackish frame. No longer do they exist, it seems, as they disappear into the vacant empty light.
You know, why do I have a feeling like I just basically help him reset? Like
Combat is over.
And all this just for a drink of water.
all right. I'll if Dotha isn't going to heal, I'll heal.
No things healing. Get out of here, Gilga.
Damn. Okay.
I'll hand the staff back to Paz.
Okay.
There you go. That's yours.
Thanks, bud.
Got you back.
Oh. Well, that was wild.
Yeah, you alright over there?
Yeah, I tell you what, if
How's your
you
brain?
if you'd put money down on who I was gonna hit, excluding the enemy, I would not have guessed it would have gone that way.
Good question for the DM.
Yep.
After
that
Mhm.
after the Mosatra disappeared, did the changes from the chains that they tried to use on me go away, or is
No, they're
it still there?
They're still there.
So like I would,
You missed him good.
yeah, it's like I would as soon as Wingsong gets healed, I would like take a step forward and kind of like reach out my hand, go like wait, and I like look, just kind of stop and just kind of like look at the back of my hands. I'm reaching out, just and then pull up both my hands and I'm just kind of standing there looking at my hands now.
First things first, Nayera.
So that's my bad.
Whoa, yes. Bad doesn't need start to come to explain it. Why did you try and hit me with your sword?
I am not entirely sure, but I think that she made me do that.
Convenient excuse.
All I can say is the world went black except for the explicit thought of hitting your face.
I see. That's a good thing all you hit was my shield then.
I would agree. And I'm also real sorry. It looks a little rough.
It'll buff out, I'm sure.
You should blow this tower up.
I don't think we should stay here for too much longer.
Weren't we supposed to stay here for like 3 days? While it was night? Why we came here?
Yes, but like I don't know if this is such a good sign as a plan.
You
like,
may
holding up my
stay
hand.
here if
Ew.
that is what you wish.
Okay, who's that?
Figure
Ew.
reforms on the platform.
Wild.
Yeah, so, test. I heard something about a test. Could you care to explain that one?
Are you just not evil now?
There is no such thing as evil and good.
Okay, well.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's what somebody who has been openly evil and then reappeared would say.
This is my tower. It is my domain. As much as I have been changed by Orsivis and the Shadowfell, twisted and turned, my magic and my connection to the Feywild is strong. I am bound to this place by my soul. No matter how many times you just flutters down, wings fold in, they sit down, crisscross. No matter how many times that you defeat me, I will return. It seems you all would be worthy of slaying Grugash.
Told you.
There is no
Would he
need to
be-
fight.
All right, Varys, I owe you 20. Fair. So, like, we all just hang out now, and that's fine. You're fine with that. We're fine with that. Everyone feels fine with this, except Sid, who's not looking too good, bud.
Who were you before you were corrupted?
I was one of the Morsatra. We are named language of Sylvan for the direction that the wind will blow across the autumn vale. We are like Freljord in that we are born and destined for purpose, whereas their gifts are meager in comparison to ours. We come about in special times, a bloom of a flower once every 1,000 years. From there, our lives are bound to the plane. We are the only ones that were capable of bridging the Feywild and the prime material plane whenever we wished. And so, we constructed these towers, which does not look like it once did. The very life of this place, corrupted and turned to dark.
Is it a curse?
It is not a curse, but a change in the metaphysical properties. This place, which I can see from the mind of those I touched, you refer to as the Marshes of Unveiling. Indeed, it is. As much as it is that, it is the Shadowfell. They both exist at the same time. This is problematic. Similar occurred when we first began to bridge the Feywild. In its natural occurrence, no properties are transferred, but manipulation of this bridge proved that both properties of planes can be transferred as well. Part of this tower's construction is to contain that transference. Between the towers of every direction that the wind moves, we will shield. Outside of that, any properties that spewed from the Feywild after the bridge was formed would be contained within. That is what we refer to as Thixia. That was the territory the city proclaimed.
So now, does that mean that the Shadowfell is being contained primarily within Thixia?
No. These towers have
Unless we
no
end.
importance onto the congruence to the Shadowfell. They merely exist as prisons for us, Morsatra. Our magic and our souls were bred into them.
Hmm.
This is how they functioned.
And what happens if they stop functioning?
Then I will cease to exist.
And the Shadowfell?
Shadowfell will remain, as this tower has no influence over it.
But will it spread?
It has already begun. But time does not work in the same way that it does in the outside of this place.
How would we go about closing the congruence to the Shadowfell?
Unfortunately, I am not privy to what would make this bridge happen. I would imagine that nor my Morsatra would be responsible. There was one that was spoken, the very earliest that came to this tower, before I was turned. Their name was Kalima. They had power of them that was otherworldly. Even I feared their might. They struck, and attempted to anyways, an alliance. If anyone had the powers to do what it is that we did, then it would be them.
Just side note, do you personally want to stay alive and bound to this tower?
Upon my birth, I was taught and placed in service to the Autumn Vale and all that existed in its territory. The metaphysical properties that surround Thixia is the Autumn Vale. They are both one. So I am bound to this place. I would long to see it return to once it once was, but that will not happen.
That sounded kind of like a pro free me from this tower prison.
Would I like to be free of this imprisonment? Would a finch like to fly outside of their cage? they are struck with the bounds of their capture and the fences of their jail. The least I can do is guide you. All seem to be very competent and skilled. Hopefully enough to slay Grugash.
What will
We don't get
what
that
will
enough.
slaying Grugash do to help us specifically if the Shadowfell is still accessible?
Slaying
Rugash.
Grugash. I don't mean to undermine you, Togorath, but your mind, as I foresee, is naive. Grugash is mad. There is a personality that is split into two. They were their former son to Orsivis, great and powerful dragon bred and imbued with magic of Orsivis's gifts. And then they are twisted and tormented into some service to someone else. This does not happen freely. I have felt in their mind that they seem to be controlled. Something like that only means disaster for this outside world. Your world. One could only imagine what it would take for Grugash to simply fly off and begin to slaughter countless. The only thing stopping them is either the guidance and commands of this master, or perhaps there is still some bond to Orsivis pulling away some of the strings of the puppet master.
Plus, if we want to get to Kalima, we're probably going to have to go through Rugash. So,
Sorry, bud.
okay.
What was your so what was your prior name?
My prior name,
Orgorath.
No,
You're
no, not
referring-
you.
you're referring
Oh.
to who?
Soot.
I-
Sorry, I did say hey, Soot.
Yeah.
You're so pretty, but I was talking to the cat boy.
Who's very much just a boy. It's
Sure.
Torgorath. Let's
And
go
now,
ahead.
now in direction to the Mahastra lady. Did Togaroth talk about destroying this world?
Did Togorath talk about destroying this world?
Or taking it over, or aligning himself with his father, or like, did you get a vibe check?
Vibe check.
I have lived long enough to know to not dabble in the interests of companions.
Yeah, it's not so much an interest as it is a underlying driver that could become an issue if made more surface level.
Are you referring to my past self that I don't remember? Or are you referring to when they got a read on me just moments ago?
Oh, 100. Oh, no, their read on you right now was pretty good. I'm talking about the past version of you. That one you want to have a sleepover party with and bring back? No, no vibe check. Just the general understanding. It's not a good time. Got it.
What happens after uh, Grugash is killed? I mean, someone will have to replace him, no?
Not if we close the congruence,
I
but
But then after the congruence is closed, will it just be the marshes just hanging out? Don't know.
In a couple 1,000 years, they might, you know,
I'll be
biosphere
dead
it
by
out.
then. That's fine. If it's in 1,000 years, that's fine. I'll be dead.
The congruence happens naturally. At least it did when it was towards the Feywild. That was known as Selenkova. It was a date to the 7th of Nim. It would happen once a year in that late spring. We, as Morsatra, could bridge it whenever we'd like in the aid of these towers. We needed to coordinate positions across the stars at all times. Somehow, be it Kalima or another, to the Shadowfell now is being bridged multiple times whenever they'd like. The Satra are not involved in this. And there are no other towers that I know of that have capabilities of doing what we do. There lies the question: how did someone redirect a congruence to a different plane? And then how does someone continue to bridge it whenever they'd like?
Perhaps they are using certain artifacts that
The artifacts that we have are here, points towards the diamond-shaped obelisk at the backdrop sitting in the pedestal. Not the two chained to the left and right, but the one directly behind them. This holds a codex, if you will. It has a memory and a breathing mind. It is what guided this place amongst the Fae that helped.
I am unaware entirely of the workings of establishing a congruence to the Feywild or any other plane. But in Picarius, we used to have a congruence ourselves to the Feywild, also too established by similar artifacts. However, one part was corrupted over the splintering, and when that damaged, corrupted artifact was used, it established the congruence to the Shadowfell instead, causing decades-long war between Picarius, the Tokarvaska Republic, and the Shadowfell. I do not know if maybe Kalima is maybe doing something similar where she's purposely using a corrupted artifact. Maybe, I do not know. But from my experience, from my understanding, that's as far as I understand with congruence.
Then, your people, or the Republic you speak of, they must have survived the wild period that many Feywild congruences were sustained and brought forth a bridge between the peoples. I cannot speak as to corruption. I do know that what lies behind me, this codex, would be considered to you all as an artifact. It has a mirror that exists in the Feywild within the Autumn Vale, as does these towers exist within there. They are connected in time and position at all moments we wish to bridge. This codex has not been used. But I can see in what event you have described, if it was corrupted, that something could happen. I would need to study more to understand. I lack the help. I also lack freedom.
It is disheartening to know that you are imprisoned in such a way, and I apologize deeply that we have not done anything yet to free you of your constraints. Hopefully, once we uh, defeat Grugash and solve the problem that is here, you at least are able to obtain some sort of relief, if not even freedom, as my people truly understand the necessity of freedom. It is core to our life.
I appreciate your task needs to be put towards the slaying of Grugash, and if it is stopping the congruence, then it'll be put to that. Are there any more questions that you all have before you rest? The tower is yours. You may go down below to Mohana if you wish and investigate the star charts and the maps. That piques your interest. The Guardians will not attack you. They will be commanded to defend you. I highly doubt anyone would do so.
The star charts and the maps you mentioned, when may I find them? Uh, are those the room below us?
It was all of the stones and lines on the floor and stuff.
This is
I don't
referred
think
to as Forhana. Underneath us is more. His names don't mean much to you. It's simply a designation. But the place below is what energizes and powers this whole tower. Crystals are fueled with magic, many thousands of years, and individuals that had given their lives to the task. The star charts, the maps that you wish to look at, you near to approach the bluish gems that sit on some of the pedestals. Upon touching them, they will generate a large three-dimensional image. It will showcase whatever it is that you wish.
Thank you for the explanation. It is appreciated.
You're welcome.
Anyone else have anything they would like to ask this kind person?
Nope.
I do have one more. Um, did you meet me before I lost all my memories?
No, I have never met you. Only that your name was in the mind of Gruga.
Okay. So I'm not
Just
that
the
old.
name. Just the name. Just the name was in the mind.
Just the name.
Hmm.
What purpose
Mm-hmm.
the
Well,
name was in the mind, I only assume that you know. Hopefully.
well, if everyone else is finished here, I think I personally will be taking an interest into those maps and gems and
I
researching
think
them.
I think you need to take an interest in uh
Sleeping.
Not getting
wrapping up.
stepped on.
Yeah, wrapping up some of those wounds because you literally got crushed.
Yeah, you're looking a little shaky there.
Who needs who,
You're looking a
and
little
not
short.
Yeah, did you shrink?
no, it's just as our kind spirited friend would know,
Your
I was
spine doesn't bounce back?
I was abandoned by a comrade who could have defended me. Oh,
Was it your common sense?
no, It was
Was
someone
it
much.
your ability to react and
Oh,
dodge?
I remember. It was Tothic. He abandoned me.
He's right there.
Don't
Literally
think
right next to you.
backhands him. Yeah.
Literally bring you back to life right in front of our very eyes.
Actually, I brought myself back to life. I kept on fighting.
What? No, lad.
You
You
sure
shut
did
your
that.
mouth.
Oh,
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's have him do it again.
You're gonna get crushed once, and I stop that. Then you got crushed. Then I stop you from dying, and then I woke you back up.
Spirited friend, what is your
So
opinion?
there's
I'm
4
correct,
things
right?
there that you could say thank you for.
It's a spirited friend. Do you think I'm
Yeah,
correct
we're gonna
or is he
go. We're
correct?
gonna
Is he
go. Thank you
stupid?
so much. We're gonna go. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
We're gonna
welcome.
go.
If you have any more questions, you merely need to ask. I will be there.
Awesome.
I love you. And I'll
Spears.
start going downstairs.
I love you, Jesus.
I love you. Wow.
Yeah.
He does. Chooses to ignore.
Strong feelings.
Nair's gonna go up to sit and like inspect, like take his little hands and inspect them.
The level
I have-
below is open for all players. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
You just click it.
I have no ability to do anything, but I'm still gonna do an Arcana check.
I am gonna be wandering
Just trying to
around.
see if I can. Yeah.
Out of my way, Gilga. I'm researching.
Do you feel like this looks like a good sign to you?
I feel like this is me getting closer because I'm still here in the marsh side, so
So you're saying we should speed up the timeline on killing Gurgash and leave the marsh?
I think we need to speed up on just leaving the marsh in general.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll up my sleeve because I am wearing a robe. I'm gonna see how far the blackened skin has started crawling up because we've actually been in the marsh for over a week at this point. So
Yeah, so you can see that it's up to your mid forearm and it's in patches. Process itself is not necessarily accelerated. It just seems to be kind of a large amount at once. So it's kind of increased that and seems to be continuing its spread. I mean, you imagine, but you can't see that in real time, right?
Oh, that was a massive jump from what it was. So definitely don't think we should go around fighting the other Mosatra because I feel like that's just going to make this worse. And maybe going to Thixia right now wouldn't be the best idea because if there's any other Shadowfell corrupted individuals such as Kalima and them, maybe fighting them might progress this even faster. So
Yeah, we might need to rethink that, but we also might need to get some sleep.
that, and I also
Really
forgot
good
to
idea.
mention, probably not the best idea to go to Thixia to fight Grugash because when I went to visit him, it was overflowing with undead and creatures and other shit to fight too. So
We know where his lair is. Why would I go to Thixia?
Yeah, I think we might need. Well,
Well, I
between
don't
the
think.
two, at least one only has a dragon, but it would
I
still
mean,
not be
I
ideal.
think that the time to fight him in his lair was when we first saw him, and he wasn't expecting it.
He was surprised for a very small period of time, but yeah.
But I mean, like, it's the first dragon we fought. Its lair was part of it.
Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna.
if
I mean-
anything, it might have been better to fight him. That, in hindsight, once we made it back to the fort, because at that point it was just we had the we could have had the soldiers at the fort on our side.
Okay,
I don't know.
they melt real fast. They're
I
real
mean,
melty.
You were
Yeah,
there
I
with
mean-
us. They got messed up real quick. They did,
Yeah.
man.
You're absolutely right, but fight for your lives, maybe, I don't know. It's in hindsight.
Hey, we brought the threat here. Fight for your life.
It's all, like I said, it's all in hindsight, but okay.
Bed? Going downstairs at least?
Yeah, I mean,
This is
you
all a
roll
big
pretty
fucking test, so.
really tired.
I also heading downstairs to them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave, head down. It was a tough fight, even though I didn't do anything.
Make sure you
Yep.
get to.
When was the last time? How long has it been since we last rested? Like a long rest, I should say, because
We had
we
one like
no,
the earlier.
It,
today.
Yeah,
it
no, that's
hasn't
like-
been. It hasn't been an incredible amount of time.
Yeah, it's-
You've
we-
in relation to like travel time. You've been maybe half a day and a couple hours past that. But that, I think you're kind of at the stage of getting here and then fighting like this. Like I said, you're tired. I mean, you can always take a long rest if that's what you'd like, but
Mhm.
it really comes down to honestly what you will intend to do. Because if you're saying, "Hey, we want to go to Thixia during the day," we can just shortcut this. We don't need to spend time unless you all want to do some role playing here. We're going to go through obviously these maps here, but giving you all the benefit of the doubt of what you all want to do. In addition to that, if you're like, "Hey, let's just get to Grugash's lair. Let's go ahead and do this," then we can also just shortcut that and long rest up and head there. So that's all we want to do.
Well, I already know what I'm doing at this current second, and I don't know why I said well earlier. So disregard that and strike that from the record.
All right, struck.
Just this once.
Thank you.
Right. So Wingsong is dicking around without regard for his health, as usual.
So whilst I'm dicking around with regard to my health and safety, I'm gonna while they're doing their thing, right after they say I love you, I'm gonna go downstairs into Morhana.
Okay.
And I'm going to just go to one of the blue gems that I saw. I guess the one down at the far end.
Okay.
And as I approach it, does anything happen? Anything interesting?
No. It's just kind of giving off this bluish glow. It's a very abstract crystal with sharp edges and protrudes upwards about 1.5 feet or so and forms with a tiny radius of only 6 inches.
All right. And it has like these energy things coming off of it, right? Or at least this one has one.
No, that is a literal imprintation of red. Like it's like kind of like a groove in the stone that sits in the black marbling. It's grooved and then it's pigmented with red.
Oh, I mean the white.
Those are arcing electrical pathways that exist underneath and above. That's what the map is showcasing.
Okay. I'm going to try to interact with the blue gem thing. Kind
Okay.
of like, I guess I'll touch it, like give it a tap, see
Okay.
what happens.
Touch it and give it a tap. You can see from this is a blue. I'm going to kind of define it as a blue memory crystal. And as you touch it, it begins to perform a three-dimensional imagery of space. Takes up the majority of the platform, even past that, as it forms and into the ceiling height of this spherical three-dimensional map.
All right.
As it happens, you hear the sounds of the panels shifting, and two creatures begin to pull themselves out. The same guardians, the ones that crushed you.
Well, luckily I know that they should defend me, so. Hello, guys. I'm just doing my job here as inspector.
Walk over.
You're my friend now. Don't hurt me.
As they do, they hold up their hands in the direction this arcing red energy begins to pour out of them from the hands in the center of the chest, zipping around at the map. And one of them
Oh no.
speaks. What is your command?
You muted yourself. You mic somehow.
I didn't mute myself. I'm trying to think of a comment.
Your lips were moving like you were saying something. So
No, I was busy being like, oh my god, I can command. Okay, I'll look at them and I'll be like, dance.
What'd you say? I didn't even hear you. Program.
Dance. Dance for me, my
You
puppet.
want them
That's
to
exactly what it
dance?
says.
Is what you said? Invalid command.
Like, there's just an instant as there's like an audible smack as my hand hits my face.
Okay, then I'll look at them and I'll be like, step to the left.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
Wing
Yeah.
Sunken.
Do not say the next line, please.
Don't you fucking
they-
dare say it.
do they-
Don't
do
you
they
do
step-
it.
Invalid command.
Thank you.
Everybody clap your hands. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, I'll tell them to, uh, ooh, uh, shit, stand guard.
Invalid command.
Oh, okay, that's invalid. Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's
You realize
supposed
he's
to
not
be-
a nanny, right? Like,
okay,
Input,
I'm just gonna-
input proper code.
code, like a password. I'll just start spewing out 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't even think about it. That's not a code.
Satra appears nearby you, sucking up the light to the shadowy figure.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Just, investigating, trying to learn more.
Right, that's what you call investigate.
Yeah, you're more than 30 feet away. I'm having personal conversation with Osatra. So, I touched the blue gem. Big
Yes.
space map appeared, and then these guys came out saying, "What is your command?" And they did not respond to my commands.
They do not accept just any commands that you're giving them. They're not just puppets. They're guardians, and they assist with the function of this place. Touched a memory crystal. This particular star chart is used to look at the positions of worlds and planes.
So, and you use these to align, or yeah, to align essentially with the towers in the Feywild to establish the congruence.
That's correct. This is only one part of it, yes.
One of the 3 towers?
There are 4 towers.
4. Just like a compass rose.
That's correct.
Now these energies that are arcing off of them, are
That
these
is our crystal that energizes the tower, and it creates all that we need. It was once a
then
different color. It reflects the
the-
corruption to this place.
the corruption you mentioned? Does that have to do with the black crystal in the middle of the room?
That is what I'm referencing, yes.
Okay. Do you know the origin of said corruption? Like how it exactly was, placed there? I assume.
Santra puts
I
a
did not
shadowy
understand.
hand upon your shoulder.
He's a shh.
Shadowy.
I would make sure that your head is checked. It seems as though you are not comprehending what it is about this place.
No, I do not. I do
Thank
not.
you.
Is
Boy,
I'm
you're
gonna,
so stupid.
I'm gonna flick off the
Yeah.
hand. I'm
Flick
gonna
off,
flick
and your
off the
hand just
and be
goes
like,
straight through it.
okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm like,
Yep, not even basic things in front of you being comprehended right now.
Golgoroth, seems your friend might need their head inspected. One of the guardians did smush them into the ground.
You know,
Like,
I just,
one of the guardians did
I was
fucking
just,
body them,
I was
so
just curious if Kalima or someone or something established these things here, and if prior there was something
Kalima
else here.
had
And
no. Kalima had no entrance into any of the towers. No one is allowed or permitted to simply walk in. In fact, I allowed you to come into the tower.
what about the big opening that's in the window? What if like
what?
bugs come
You,
in? Do you
you don't
allow
want to ask
them or no?
why that we were allowed? That's not a question for you. Just asking about bugs.
Wing Song, can you stop being you? Can you go take a
I'm gonna
rest?
look around. Is there
Yes,
any insects in
guys.
here? Any like flies or anything that I spot? Like,
Torgarath,
Yeah. He's good at what he does, but there's also a lot missing.
I want
So,
to know. I gotta know. Is there any bugs? Got a 13.
you don't see any.
but that is a good point. Why did you let us in?
Curiosity, I suppose. You do not threaten me.
You
I
know
like
what?
how fucking shady she is. Everything she
And
says.
and you know what? Curiosity killed the cat, and you almost died.
You as well, Mr. Big Cat.
Whoa, I'm not a
Several
cat.
times.
I'm not a cat. I'm a tabaxi. Two different things.
I will allow you to bicker amongst yourselves. Are there any use for the Guardians? This memory crystal.
I mean, they obviously don't want to dance.
I'm assuming they're here to help with the positioning the chart, the map,
That's
correct?
correct. You merely need to state the code. It is relevant to the X, Y, and Z axis of this particular reference. They will
Okay, I'll look at
showcase
one
to
of
you the
the.
location of the plane and the world which you are trying to locate.
I'll look at the golem things, and I'll say X69, Z420, Y -2.
When I mentioned coming down here and piquing your or quenching your curiosities, I did not mean that you would be able to use the memory crystals
Try
or
my
input
best,
proper
okay?
commands. It took individuals hundreds of years to understand even what they were looking at in this imagery.
What can I say? I'm just a genius, you know? I know I can figure things out faster than some weirdos in the tower,
I'm
you
gonna
know?
grab Wing Song's arms. Like, all right, let's just
Hey,
stop
hey, I
this.
inputted I inputted a code
And they just said that you aren't going to be able to use the map.
X69, Z420, Y -2.
You ever just kill
Invalid
someone just to kill
command.
someone casually?
I'm just going to like start trying to drag him away.
I
Come on, Wing
wonder
Song.
I wonder
Come
if
on.
do you see any like do any of the stars, any of the stars or anything like do you see any nebulas, any exploding things? Is
No,
it
that's not what
alive
this
actually?
imagery is reflecting. This is simply little dots that kind of space within this spherical area. They form in the same light as the blue as they're kind of traced around in this 3D imagery. There is no real referencing beyond that to you, as the language in itself is Sylvan. So anything that is there, if you kind of reach into the imagery and you begin to interact with the dots, which you can do, it's going to kind of communicate to you the name of whatever it is it's representing. It's actually going to be in language you don't understand.
Learn Sylvan from touching these long enough.
Possibly, but again, you wouldn't know. And is it going to be the code simply of what that is, and then that's going to go to a different way? So that's what kind of the gist of this was, is that you can go down here and pique your you can quench your curiosity. You can just molly about and interact with these things, but the complexity of what this is not achievable in the time frame that you all have. So if you want to sit here and essentially say goodbye to your party and live in the tower for the rest of your life, understanding what this is, then you're more power to you. You can totally do that, Wingsock.
Sometimes you just get really into a hobby and you get
Yeah.
tunnel
Yeah,
vision, you
you get
know?
really,
Sometimes you just
you
You
know,
can-
you just gotta get settled in.
You can also call out for Sasha to come here and explain to you, what some of the crystals are in this space, and just kind of ask. You can also maybe ask for a demonstration, and they can put in a code
Nope.
in there and do that.
unless we
nope.
can take the crystals with us, what if we don't?
Nope. Osatra already said that I'm stupid dumb.
She sure did. She sure fucking did.
Like the rest of us, she speaks the truth.
I passed my bar exam for
What does that even mean for
I
you?
don't-
In
I
your
don't
mind,
remember.
what do you think that
I
means?
don't remember.
it means that I went to college and I passed my exam.
You, the human,
To
for
be
you, your character, and neither of whom are lawyers. Talk me through this. Talk me through what you think.
Whoa,
the thing is.
whoa. Who
I
said
think you said the bard
Oh,
exam.
bard. I thought he said
Yeah.
bar, and I was
No.
like,
Yeah,
sir,
who's the
I
dummy
I heard
now?
the same
I was,
thing,
I
Diana.
was like,
right there
I
with
was
you.
like, there's no
Wow.
freaking way.
Well, look at these dummies. Can't tell bar from bard.
Yeah.
Illiterate. Illiterate.
See, this is why you would have failed the bard exam. You see, it's like
There's a lot of reasons why I would have failed the bard exam.
exactly. I mean,
Refusal
like,
to
why do you
sing
think
openly.
The
why do you
real
think
thing
I
we
got
have
top
to
of my class?
what we have to understand here is that a bard exam might not be any different than going to a bar and having an exam.
Yeah, yeah. So far,
Yeah, like what are we even testing there?
It's an open mic night.
Open
Yeah.
mic.
I
Yep.
just like to
There
I
you
just
go.
like to imagine like Wing Songs, going through his final exams and he goes to his local tavern with his buddy, and that's how he went on to this adventure.
There you go.
He passed the exam, and that's how he got on.
I like it. Sounds great.
See, there we go. We agree. That's his new backstory now. He got drunk and went on this adventure.
That's canon officially.
Erases like 2 paragraphs of my backstory.
Wingsong finishing up with here. The Guardians are still there. They still, as long as you're within this area, it seems they're waiting for the command to aid you. You can go around and interact and investigate some of these other things if you wish, or maybe roll Arcana checks if you're trying to understand what they do on your own, or call out for the Marsatra. It's up to you. Is anybody else, though, pause this, is anybody else doing anything, right, going to check out anything? I know that the bowl of endless water was something of a something of a
Nature.
very, very extreme interest. So, if you're going to go to that, you can also inspect the bodies of the Guardians, right? Because they do have the same orbs that you all found within the treasury there. So you can go through that. But most of them are going to be cracked and destroyed. No, not all of them, right? For these creatures.
You better believe I'm going to go look back at this fountain.
But can you see the mountain?
So the fountain itself, right? I gave a little description of what it was. So really, kind of shortcutting this, it's just a bowl placed into the hands of this statue that is perched up on a balcony that overhangs of the tower. The railing made of the same material as that of the walls, right? There's little kind of grooves in the railing itself, which is pouring out that water, creating that waterfall effect. These crystals inside of here are kind of crying out the water. They're seeping it out of themselves as you place your fingers up into the bowl. Maybe even have to climb, depending on how high up it is, right? You place your fingers into the bowl, and that rush of water kind of comes down. Now, it's not necessarily a strong flow, like it's not a whole lot of water. It just seems to be an effect because the water is greatly cooled, and then it goes with a large amount of gravity down towards the ground, which creates that effect. So, the water is clear. It looks normal. Maybe you take it up and get a little taste of it. Tastes like water.
Drink it.
Of course I am.
Does it taste like gelatin?
No, it tastes like water.
You feel funny?
No.
Nah, kind of lame.
Not worth it.
Um,
Not worth the hype.
I'm going to bust out the jeweler's kit. What type of stones are these?
They are crystals. They might be gemstones that are anchored into the actual stone itself, into the bowl. It's unclear. Perhaps the bowl is the granite of it, the blackish kind of rock, tinged right from the corruption. It seems maybe this isn't like obsidian or pumice. It could just be a granite, right, that's been kind of turned and corrupted. So that itself could be a deposit, and then the crystals or the gems are just anchored into the deposit of that one. So they might have just harvested as one piece and placed it in there. Is honestly your best guess at this point with your passive is.
I don't want to try and reach in and grab one, but I know that last time I did that. But can't possibly be attacked again, right?
Couldn't dream of it.
You're doing that thing again where you're
What
gonna
thing?
make me want to do it.
No, I would never.
And then I'm gonna get blamed for it again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going upstairs. I'm done playing songs, so I'm just gonna go upstairs.
Gotcha.
Wow. Abandoning me.
No, I'm not touching it again.
Hmm?
I'm only touching the stove once.
Paz.
I'm only touching the stove once.
Just
Maybe
grab
touch with
it.
your other
Mark,
hand.
go.
Maybe it's like a left hand kind of thing where you have to be like.
I didn't
touching
realize
with
you
the
were
other hand.
afraid of things.
You come here and grab it.
No,
Is it just the rock?
I'm really comfy sitting on these stairs.
Why don't you come and get some?
We're already backed up by the tower. It's our friend now.
You're already in the water.
No, I'm not doing it. You're not gonna trick me into it. Of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go try it, and I'm gonna try and get one of these stones out.
Okay. Go ahead and make a check with your jeweler's tools, please.
I'm just gonna kind of walk up to the stairs and plop myself down at the edge of it. Just kind of put my feet into the water.
18. Those paths and kind of hanging off the statue, maybe putting the feet down in the bowl as the water's coming off is taking work, and eventually you're kind of grabbing and one becomes loose as you plop it off. It's essentially the size of your hand, a little bit larger than that. And as you do, it's just pouring water out of it all over your form.
Whoa, it still works even in your hand.
That's cool.
Oh my god, put it in a jar and see what happens.
Wingsong, you're
That-
downstairs.
Put it in
Gonna
Wing
fit
Song's bag.
Upstairs.
Oh my god, you should put it in. Yeah.
We could totally
Just
prank people.
don't
with
say
this.
anything. Just put it in.
Totally prank him.
You know if that water's drinkable? Try it.
Yeah,
There
he
it
already
is.
drank some. It was fine.
I already drank some. It was fine.
We gotta get something to hold this in, because then we're never gonna be thirsty, and we can always put this in Wingsong stuff.
Why is it here?
Why is it in the fountain?
It does something. This
I
fountain does something.
I think it's like an interior design hack.
It does
Next
something.
time on HDTV, the Nameless Fellowship goes into the Tower of Asatra.
Blaze with a fountain.
We're gonna show
a
you how
water
to.
fountain.
We're gonna show you how to recess water stone.
You tired of having to change the plumbing regularly on your fountain?
This does something.
Perhaps you
This
want to
fountain's
consider
here,
on
I
your
don't know
water
why.
bill. Well,
The water company hates this man for this one hack.
Wouldn't all the water
He might have
go,
made
like,
enemies, but he's made millions.
Is it like okay? So is the water like pouring off the side of the balcony? Because I mean, otherwise it would just be flooding.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's pouring outside the balcony, creating a waterfall effect. It's pouring outside of the bowl
Yeah, we
down
saw-
into the pool of water.
We saw it outside the tower, like a whole like cascading thing.
That's gonna go. Shh.
Oh my god, guys, we can like take a shower in.
You're downstairs.
You're not here.
You're
I'm
definitely
talking
not
to,
here.
I'm talking to Orsatra right now.
Hmm.
Orsatra. can
You
we
said
take
you
a
didn't want to
shower?
talk to her because she called you stupid.
She
I
still
forgive
feels that
her
way.
already.
Nothing's
I-
changed.
Wait, so you
forgive
can go
her
upstairs
already.
at this point too.
No,
Just
nope,
so
it's too late.
She's not,
They're already
she's not
telling
talking to
me.
you. She's not talking to you. You can just.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm casting message. I'm gonna communicate that way.
Did
This water's here.
Nyera say anything about attacking the one who worshipped Pelor while she was attacking Thothig? Is there any
No, I think she
indication
just said that's my bad.
of- Okay. was trying to remember. Thank you.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
This
cast
here
a
does
message.
something.
I'm gonna cast a message and I'm gonna
Lad,
message this.
it just brings water up here. That's all it does.
Why?
Why?
Because people need to move water around in order to do things with it. That's all.
It just comes up here and just goes out there.
Aye, so she wants some water up here.
Well,
She
you
doesn't
gotta-
drink water.
Maybe at one time she did. Maybe when they originally built this thing, they needed water up here. And it's just been here ever since.
No,
These things happen, lad.
Things like this don't change.
Exactly. It's not going to change. They built it a long time ago. And it's just
Exactly.
been pumping water up
No,
here
it's
for
up-
hundreds of thousands of
it's-
years.
Up here to serve a purpose.
Which it probably stopped serving a long time ago, but they just
Comes
never
up
turned it
here,
off.
goes down there. Comes up here, goes down there.
Hey,
So what happens between here and there?
nothing. It
Exactly.
falls off, goes back down to the ground.
It's a mystery.
And wherever it draws from in the ground, it's drawing it up here. So
I
it's-
bet somewhere
jump
down
and
the
find
side
out.
of this, somewhere down the side of this tower, there's gonna be an entrance somewhere in here that does something.
Yeah. Jump off and see if you see anything.
I
Yeah.
can definitely survive if I do that, but I'm not going to.
You can jump off and then run
That's why
back up. And just
that's why I
double
told
check.
you to jump off, not Naira. She'd splat.
Oh my god, I'd fall so heavy, so fast.
I mean, you can't even walk with them.
I'm pretty sure if I hung out in there too long, I would rust. So this is why it's a job for Paz.
It does something. You want to know what?
He's really fascinated with the water.
I know.
I'm very dumb.
I feel like we could convince him that there's lore behind it.
I'm just enjoying letting his imagination run wild here.
There has to be a reason why they brought water up here. Where's what's her name? Come here. Where?
So are we going
like-
to kill the dragon or not?
I like that we spent like a very small portion of this session
you
finishing
know, Raz,
combat,
I would-
and now it's
What
just been bullshit.
Did you need?
Just
I'd
deep.
rather have the dragon
What did you?
kill me than stand here and debate
Oh
this now.
shit! What's this water used for?
This water was used to drink.
Oh,
ever-flowing-
just sounded exactly what I said to you a few seconds ago.
Yes, well. As you can imagine, there was many Fae that resided and worked in this tower. They needed water.
That's it. That's it.
Its main
That's it?
purpose, yes. It is literally it.
Couldn't have at least lied to me and said there was a reason.
Technically there is a reason it was used to have as a drinking source. That is its reason.
Can I take some of these stones?
It's down. You can, but I don't know particularly how you will make
Thank
use of
you. I'm gonna grab like 3 or 4 of them.
They do not stop dispensing water. They are ever flowing. They pull from
Fine.
the very tears of a deity.
Which deity?
They are known as Silrock. A wild deity.
Can I ask you a quick side question? I'm sorry. I know this has been like, a lot. Mine is
Side
pertinent
question.
though.
Yes. What
Yeah.
you require.
Was there a reason why you specifically wanted me to target Thothig?
Yes, there was. Your friend, the one that worships Valor, is the purest of heart amongst you all. I was curious to see if you would strike them down after I controlled your mind. And after this had happened, if it indeed did, and the conclusion of our fight occurred, I was rather curious to see if it would cause strife.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think we're friends just because we're a mess, but
Points towards Varys. I imagine if you struck that one would simply shrug it off and walk away.
Yeah, he'd probably strike back first before doing that.
I think we'd hit a
Perhaps so.
couple times to be equal.
floats
So
over
if you wanted the one that worships
towards
Palor, you
Sothic.
want him. I'm going to point to Gilga.
towards Sothic. And I was also curious to see what your strength and your devotion to Lore was. You will need it for the fight.
I didn't
Oh,
think that's a
Sadra.
helpful hint that radiant damage will be helpful.
Right.
So do we
Well-
want to go to? Do we want to go back to his lair, or do we want to? Where do we want to go with Gurgash? Because at this
I think we
point,
need to give this poor woman a break from us, one way or another.
You can
Everyone
stay and
wanted to go
rest
to
as
General
long
before.
as you like.
She said, just stop fucking talking to me.
Honestly, Paz, you speak. I mean, obviously, this is out of character completely. These stones literally do not stop dispensing water.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
believe that.
how
We
you're going to
believe that.
contain them at all.
Yeah,
You're going to
it's
be
fine.
walking around.
Who's containing?
Just
We're just holding.
soaked. You're just going to be soaked the whole time.
That's my problem now. Don't worry about it. I want like 3 of these things or 4 of these things.
Well, goodbye, stealth checks.
Goodbye, stealth checks.
We get like a double disadvantage.
I want a bunch of stones that just seep water all day. There's gonna be use for them somewhere.
Yeah, whenever we need to put out a fire.
So did your message ever come through, Wingsong?
Z Z Z Z Z Z Z.
Was all you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got everything I want.
But I'm gonna
Whetstone.
I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna go and set up a bed and prepare a long rest. Cause I'm cool like that.
Honestly, guys, I'll do either at this point.
I would rather not face the entire undead army that's at Thixia along with Gurgash. So
Well, the plan was to go to Jinrula first. That's where we were going. We came here because it was closer for night.
I should change up what magic I'm prepared to use. Not exactly a setup for a bit of sustained combat.
What do you want to do? I'm pretty sure it's fight a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty clear about that since the
Yeah, I
get-go.
do feel like that's been pretty open and honest.
Shocking how I'm like that.
More and more.
I mean, it's probably not tactically sound to attack a heavily fortified fort, but it wouldn't be the first time we've done it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. We've consistently skirted tactically sound.
His lair had a
Yeah.
lot of acid in it,
yeah, there was
which
all
could
that
be
acid.
problematic.
Yeah, I will
Or
say
we
none of
could
us are good
try-
with acid.
To use his brother as bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, or we could just go back to his lair, piss him off, and draw him back to the fort again.
Yeah, but I think if
Well, I mean, we
have-
could go anywhere and then just threaten you a little bit.
I know, like
and then
you
he
could
shows
just
up.
say you could just say
Just
hi. At
shove-
this point,
shove him
and
into a
it'd be
locker
triggering
or-
for him.
Bully him a bit.
I just imagine.
You think
Suit
if he
walking
came
in, like a
here,
little-
the
Suit walking in with a little torch and Grugash like, Grugash, hello. You're all like lurking behind. I don't see him. Mass down. It's like in the jaws of the dragon.
found him. There he is. What are the
Too good.
chances we could get him to come
All right.
here or close to here if the Guardians could help fight for us? Because they're a barrel of laughs.
Well, considering how far gone he is, I mean, we could try the whole use me as bait, but I don't know if that's going to work anymore at this point.
Why
Well,
don't
I
we just
mean-
shout his name and threaten to fight him?
I mean, if we honestly just said, "Hey, Crash, we're over here," I feel like there's a
Yeah,
good
just be like,
chance.
"Go fight the coward."
But
The
I'm saying,
thing-
is it possible to use these guardians on our behalf?
I doubt it. One, they seem to only be in the tower. Seems
I know,
would
but
be
what are the
hard
chances we
to
could
get
get a
good
dragon
dash.
to crash into a tower?
Probably not high.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
because,
even
I mean,
then with
he's mad, but
us
he's not
in it, he could
stupid.
just take it down.
He's like, he's mad, but he's not stupid.
also, we
You
have
get to a certain
nothing.
point of mad where you're dumb.
The reason I say fighting him in his lair is because it takes away one big advantage, which he can fly.
Yeah, there's less room for flying.
Well, and if we're already in his lair, he can't just fly and run back to his lair.
True. But we're just so vulnerable to acid. But you know what? We weren't. It's not like we were doing great with ice,
Well, I mean,
but we could
Some of
stand on it
them.
without sizzling. So
I
you
mean,
were
I
doing great
was.
with ice. You were doing great.
yeah, we have Gilga to do what I did, just
Yeah.
with the acid.
Can he though? He doesn't have the whole stone like you did.
And
But-
he's not as good at the murdering part.
He does have the
He-
whole stone now. Wait, what?
We're still
Yeah,
missing
it's
one.
a stone.
We're
is
missing
this a
one.
Lukash
murder
still has a
someone?
piece of the stone.
We know there's one more piece of the stone.
Yeah, but he's at the point where he's immune to acid damage. It's touched him before and did nothing. When he
That's
put
true.
the stone together, it dripped acid onto him.
Yeah, that is
Like,
true.
like,
Yeah, and honestly, I think that they have that piece, so it's not like we're gonna get that piece prior.
That's why
Prior.
I still am confused why everyone wants to go to General Law.
Well,
Yeah,
we have
that
to
was
fighting
where
him.
that was where everyone voted before we
Yeah,
came
but
here.
why?
I don't.
why? I didn't get
We
it
do
either.
have to talk to an elderly man. I do vaguely remember that he is an asshole and that we do need to talk to him. I think we were hoping for context clues, but as always, we have become fatigued and are saying, why not just kill things?
Well, it's more why go out of our way for information than to come back.
I guess.
Well,
well,
I think
Like,
it
is
was,
what we do in General Law going to help us fight him in any way, shape, or form?
No, but I think it was the fact that we have to go to General Law no matter what, and it was faster for us to just go to General Law, get that out of the way, and then come back and just sweep our way straight back through instead of going back, going to General Law, and then going back again.
But we haven't left, so we wouldn't be going back.
Well, yeah, but there's still travel time on that.
Because we were gonna wait
It was-
here, then leave
it was
during the
slightly
day to go
faster
to
to
General
go to-
Law to come back. And
Yeah, it was slightly faster to go to General Law and then come back than it was to go to him, fight, then go to General Law, and then go trek our way back to the marsh just to try and get back to the Fort Farron.
yeah, we were turning killing the dragon into a side quest.
Yeah, like fuck that shit. I'm a part of this conversation.
There is a lot of options, and this is the intention. This is an adventure area. This is probably something that, I mean, in the context of adventure modules and things, this is beyond much of what you might be used to, because there's a lot of possibilities. And there's multiple how you know, to get to the layer. There could be multiple ways to get in, right? So there could be multiple areas that could help you in certain things. This tower, right? You all were going to avoid it, and then sure enough, you now have kind of an ally that gave you information, and as well as understanding what the orbs did in the treasury, right? To kind of power up these golems. It's a couple of different facets of understanding. So I think the
Take a
best thing to
golem
do.
with us.
Best thing to do now is take a break. So we'll go ahead and take a break, so you can kind of wrap your mind and minds around.
We
and
got
then
decision fatigue.
and then we'll we'll recover ourselves a little bit here, take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back to it and come to a kind of a final decision of where you all want to head. And
Sure, we will.
we're gonna make it. We're gonna basically come to a vote, right? I'm gonna play out some options for you all that I've heard, and we're just gonna vote on it. One vote for whatever it is that you want to do, and that's where we're gonna progress forward. So, if you're watching the stream, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. For the fellowship, yeah. And I haven't crashed. The internet hasn't lost, so that's great. Yeah.
Going strong.
Yeah, that's good.
All
Third
right.
time's the charm. Bye bye.
Bye.
Be back in a bit.
All right, welcome back. Watching us, appreciate it. Thanks so much. I'm gonna go into the last hour here of our session as we decide what we're going to do next. So I'm gonna make this kind of short and sweet. We've definitely taken several sessions worth of time to really try to figure out where we're gonna go. And there's a lot of things that you have discussed, and a lot of options and whatnot. There are 3 things that through all these conversations, the 3 things are there. The first one is go to Jinrala. You're after a specific person that you speculate is there, and you want to go there. That's all that you really have, and that person has some relation, and which you all suspect was the trader that was the Dr. Seuss trader in Thiva, the trader's sister. Okay? That's what you speculate. Okay? The second option is to go to Thixia. Is just to go to Thixia and find out what's going on and go further into the heart there and go to a place which has been mentioned as Sotoric Citadel, which is where Torgrather's suit was brought. Right? That was there. The base of Sotoric Tower. Somehow there's a collection of these creatures there. There's a variety of them there. They're really focused on that place and defending it. And so that is the second option. The third option is to get back to the Grugash's lair and slay the fucking dragon. That's the third option.
Well, when you put it like that,
It's pretty convincing.
So
Yeah.
but
So
that's
much
it.
emphasis.
That's
Oh,
what
like,
it,
sounds like
biased.
we already have our option.
that's what it is. I mean, that's really what you're going to go there for, unless you're going to try to talk to the dragon again
And calm
try
him down.
try to calm the dragon down, or maybe find out, hey, do we have to kill the dragon? Is there another way here? But that honestly is where you all kill first. Let me tell you. Let me really frank with you. All right, you all go to blows right away. A lot of the time.
You-
So
hold on.
no.
You, how
us?
dare you attach?
How
something that
how
they do
dare-
to-
how dare
I do my damnedest to not be the
I
first
will
one to throw
actually
a
murder you,
fireball.
Michael. Michael,
That's
I
like
will
my whole
end you
character.
right now. How dare you disturb my presence like that? How dare you assume that
black
I'm
out
a violent
mid-sentence.
person? I
I
will
don't know
actually.
what you mean. We've very successfully negotiated multiple situations. If by
We
negotiate
have,
you mean
we
murder
have, with
everyone else
my
there, so that there's
ingenuity,
an
with
understanding.
my charisma, with
My
my
ingenuity.
ability to
Okay.
talk to people, I have
Yeah, we're good at
not
killing
murdered.
stuff. We're real good at killing stuff.
No,
That's kind of our bread and
nuh-uh.
butter.
That's not our bread and
All right.
butter.
We're
That's
so
more
good
of
at
like
it.
our
those,
jam and
those are the 3
potatoes.
options that lead. I mean, there's been a couple others that have been proposed and kind of subletting what this, but those are the 3 that have been spoken about and mentioned the most, and also and argued for, and favored for, and is approved of. So the first one we're going to start with is going to Jinbala and going to there to figure out that whole shindig.
Wait, can we hear
Who-
people's opinions before we call
No
it?
opinions. No opinions.
Nope.
We're
Straight to
just
vote.
Here for an hour.
straight up voting.
Yeah.
Who is voting for that to go to Jinbala?
None of us.
Nobody.
No.
All right, off the table. Done deal.
I love where this vote's going.
To go to
Yep.
Thixia,
Yep.
to Satoric
Yep.
Citadel.
Yep.
Yep,
I know where it's going.
that's
got-
where I want to go.
I got 1 vote for Satoric Citadel. Thixia.
Hell yeah.
Just
Well, I
passed.
wanted to go from the beginning. Well, I wanted to go from the beginning.
That's it.
When
1
we're
vote.
gonna
That's
fight the
it.
dragon. This is where
All
I
right.
go.
Okay, I should have technically.
What?
I should have.
Fucking
I
dragon.
should have voted. I should have voted for Genuine Law because that's what Set would have gone for. But I'm in my own mindset, so. But regardless, the other 5 votes are all for go fight the dragon. So.
I honestly get more and more tired, and I forget
Okay.
why we ever cared about doing anything that
On
isn't
to
fighting something.
The third
so-
option, to the Grugash's lair, to potentially slay the dragon.
Yeah.
No, so goes to
Yes.
slay the
Yeah.
dragon.
I am going.
Yeah.
I think we should go to Dragon.
Yeah,
Kill the
I
dragon's
think I'm
lair.
the
All
dragon.
right.
Dragon murder.
All right, majority rules.
do we ever
Apologies. Apologies, pass.
This is part 2 in an ongoing chapter book called "The
yeah.
Time That Varys and Paz Were on the Right Side of History."
Yeah,
And we were
Naira's
wrong.
already apologized and accepted
already-
that I
she's-
was right.
She's already said openly, yeah, you were right.
And
Well, I mean, this
Pence
also,
will not hold it over her head for the next
not
300
going
years they know each other.
of course not.
Yeah,
we're never gonna
longevity of
point out the
that's
fact that
gonna
we
be
were on the
for a
right
while.
path.
It's gonna be 800 years old and be like, or that time I was right.
She's gonna be like, well, smokes, yeah.
So, with that vote decided, that is what we're going to do. So, you all are in the tower. You know you have darkness. Now this vote comes down to you. Do you go? Do you rest here for a night, recuperate yourselves, and then go on in the darkness to get back to Platrilius Fort, try to find and see if that way in is still there after you heard the onslaught of the dragon on top, which again it's an underground area. It could
Good-ass
still
tunnel.
be it could still be there, right?
Fight another Hydra. Do we have to do the
So-
Hydra again?
That's just more action. That's just the bonus.
So
It's just a baby Hydra.
That's the pregame.
Like killing the baby and
that's the pregame.
becoming the mom.
Sure. So we can press on at night, or we can wait and just kind of just rest up a little bit longer, right? Spend a couple more days here to really make sure that we have that daytime and that we can traverse to the area. Who's in favor of going during the night?
We need to rest.
I am.
I think
Yeah,
we're
we
getting one long rest regardless.
One
Yeah.
long rest,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
And then it's to decide, do we stay in the tower until the end of the
I
night?
don't know, fuck it. I want to go as soon as we can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I
we might as well
wanna
walk
go-
at night.
Yeah, at this point, I
Yeah.
feel like we keep doing other things and it keeps being like not as good. So let's just go.
Yeah, like we're close. We're close enough. We'll make it back to the fort before a day is up. So
okay, and then we'll do that. All right,
Watch
sounds like we're all in
us,
favor.
watch us get there and then we die and then it's like you win some, you lose some.
You win some and you lose some.
You weren't prepared to fight me, bitches. And then he like
Sing
kills
songs
us
of
'cause,
dreams.
like
Worst case
kills us
scenario,
and
somebody
just, like,
runs back,
murders us and
touches the time stone, we get a level 20 character.
Oh,
but
God.
then
Oh,
you know,
that's
like,
actually a smart
What do we
idea. We
swap?
should have just
What
done
do you
that.
think if we swap?
not a smart idea.
The
You want to
Then-
try?
wild card idea.
but
It's
then,
the
like, all
wild
we have to
card idea because
do-
there's no
is, like,
guarantee that the
you know-
level 20 character is going to be a good character.
Didn't Soot want to like shoot forward 3 weeks in the future anyway?
Well, yeah, Varys does Infinite just experimenting on what happens if we spin it forward in time.
I just like to imagine the actual character reason for Wing to go is just because like he doesn't.
We don't
want-
care. Let's go.
He doesn't want Soot to turn into a monster baby. So like I think that's a good idea, everyone. So let's go.
I think
kill
we're
the
all
monster.
pro kill the dragon.
Right,
So.
can we move on?
Sometimes you
please?
gotta let the inner demon
So-
loose.
As you all spend some time here with amongst yourselves, obviously Paz is trying to probably figure out how to transport these endless water.
Yeah,
tiers
I mean,
of
I'm staying
subsidy.
at least 10 feet away from paths at all times
At
now.
all
I'm just
times.
gonna tie him up with
Wide
strings and
berth.
hang him.
All right, hang them down. So flooding
That's
down
so
Paz's
funny.
pants
That's
into
so
the
funny.
ground.
You're gonna get pneumonia.
It's gonna be we're walking in a
That's not
marsh
how-
anyway. Who cares?
You all
That's not how pneumonia
undergo.
works.
You all undergo a long rest, so you all can have a long rest here as we advance and move on.
Good. That's
A long
Disgusting.
rest? Oh my god, guys. Not a new day though. Boom.
Really needed those
A
sickness
luxury.
points.
It is not a new day.
I know,
That's
right?
correct.
That
We're
Yeah.
still
wow.
we're still in the darkness, and we will be in the darkness upon arrival to the fort. Now, you all take the long rest, getting yourselves into ship shape and trying to recuperate yourselves. The Mursatra doesn't come to you, right? Allows you to continue resting and leaves you alone. You can either do this
Yeah,
in any level of the
she
tower.
leaves us alone. She doesn't come to us because she's doing us a favor.
Doing herself a favor.
It's not
leaving
that
us.
she finds us incredibly us
I
texting.
think she likes me. I think she likes me. She felt so endearing.
So, you all leave the tower. Get yourselves on the way. Now, you're going to have to water walk, right? You have a distance here of traversing. I'm going to go ahead and activate our adventure map, and I'm going to ping the stream for you so you understand.
Whatever. Old hat, we know.
You don't have very much mileage to cover. There's not much of anything, right? You just got to get across the river, through the grasses, and get to the.
You purple person.
You are familiar with
I stuck
the.
that on you.
You're
weeks
familiar
ago.
with the undead. The only thing that was supposed to be a threat to you at this point. Well, two things now. The fact that Paz can't really stealth because there's water dripping out of their body. The second thing
The real.
is
Just literally turned into an endless decanter.
is the creature that hunts at night. That itself. So you might be keeping your eyes and your ears. Right. Eyes to the undead, ears to the sky. Can I hear it? Most likely not, but I'm going to try.
Is it? Also, no.
So, without further ado, transitioning, make sure to just expend the spell slot for water walking. You all begin to make way into the grasses. Leaving the riverbed, you aim to get in. Brought for a symphony of different creatures in this night that are erupting, bioluminescent kind of fireflies and insects are about, the mushrooms as well. Your shifting of the grasses and the fog that rolls through provides you concealment. And you can hear the moans of some of the undead that are shifting through the grass. Some come almost nearby you, but they're mindless and confused. And with the concealment, you're able to shroud yourselves. The water that's flowing outside of Paz's body from these things and hitting into the ground is creating quite a muck about your feet and slogging the paths as your movement is becoming difficult to do. Inside the grasses, you have to pull yourself out of the mud at times as the flow of water is quite a bit with how many you've collected.
This is a gift.
However, the
This is
creatures
gonna
don't pay
fall.
the sound of rushing water, moving water, as any sort of threat. They don't move towards it. There's no shifting towards it. This is an ambient noise that doesn't note anything else, just simply states that there's some water nearby, and that's it. For the unintelligent, you wouldn't know any other way.
Yeah, for the unintelligent.
You now come to the fort.
Jesus, right. These
The map
stones are gonna
has
pay off somehow.
The map has not changed. That's simply because there's no real reason to kind of create this map. This is individual to you all. You know, you get to see theater of mind on this particular map. The fort is destroyed. The walls themselves have been toppled down. A lot of the tents and things have been smushed under the rubble of the palisade walls. The river system continues, so a lot of the bridges at its center are there, albeit some crushed and the earth has been turned and moved, so the water might be far more in its width and the way that it's channeled. The structure that exists in the actual fort, which is referred to as Lady Trillia's house, that has actually been kind of concave and crushed, and that rubble has pushed onto the stairwell. Now, it's unclear is how much work you have to do at this distance. You're only stretching in. Again, your vision and your sight lines are not blocked. You can see straight through directly to that. The fires that are pitched from some of the actual campfires, they are still lit because they have caught the actual palisade walls on fire. So some of the potential kindling and maybe some of the fires that the Rangers had set up, right? They kept those fed. They kept maybe some food cooking at times. Those are continuing. We haven't really had that much time frame since this happened. You simply left and you've come back literally within a window of time. You know, it's about hours. So this is showcasing that the fires are still there and they're slowly building up to maybe something more. But it's definitely a slow burn here. For some of the walling that has concaved under those fires and ballooned. That's what's creating the light. Those hazards are not going to be a problem for you simply to go around and navigate. What's coming to is that stairwell completely blocked? Do we have to dig? Do we have to move rock off from the house kind of crashing down around it? What can we do? That's really why I've transitioned you into this map and also one other. Torgorath, you begin to feel a chill within your neck, and a mist pours out of you, just a little bit. And as it happens, you can hear telepathic link connect as a very familiar voice of Nightwing screeches out. Torgorath, why have you come?
We have our reasons. But I wish to ask you a question. Who do you serve?
They serve Osiris.
Then by Orsiphus's will, we are here to relinquish Grugash of his position.
You will slay. You will kill.
He has lost himself to Damodar. He is no longer. He is a threat to Orsiphus's will. He must be put down. So yes. Make no mention of this to him.
Oh. Yes. Smoke. Kind of thud. Splashing of water. The figure becomes visible. In the darkness, in the dead of night, many of you cannot see this. Except for Suit. Suit, you see that figure there?
Barely, but yes.
The grasses
Oh.
begin to move, and an axe out. Telepathic link. You have my trust always. But the rider not so. For a brief moment, you can hear the brushing and movement of something nearby your face. The visible light, Gilga. I hope you all see the light from Gilga, just FYI.
Yeah.
Yes, my
Yes.
beautiful radiant light.
You can have it off if that's what you want, but I figured you might turn it on at this point, coming closer to this. So that's up
It's
to you.
always been on. I don't think I've ever turned it off.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you want it
Oh,
on.
there's the wines. Aw.
I'm just gonna kind of like whisper to the group. I think we have company. The lady from the Fort Farron attack is here.
The lady from the Fort Farron.
Oh, good. Get to
Oh.
kill her
You
too.
talking about
Oh,
the
I
shifting?
get,
You hear the
I get to
shifting
punch
of
your horse
grasses
again?
and the shifting of things right
Oh,
nearby
this
you,
bitch.
Suit. And the Nightwing reveals itself, sucking in the radiant light, pitches itself. Half of it in shadow, necrosis, and black. It's literally a figment, similar to that of the Rosatra, but still physical. It still has a presence about it. It also emanates this radius of cold, becomes frigid, solid, except for you, Varys. And the ground is beginning to crack with some of the water, especially Paz. Paz, your legs begin to freeze.
Oh god.
Telepathic link continues. That one is not bound to Osiris. It was Screwgash's doing.
I had a feeling.
I have been instructed to land and deliver them. I will tell you, I do not believe them. Still talk. They have will.
But that will is not going to enjoy what it is we are going to do. So
Disappears.
I hope. Okay. Hope this isn't gonna be too much of a problem. But then again, it is us.
Comes into the visible light of the fire that's emanating from the destruction. It's lit at their backdrop. Holding the axe, they grip it.
What was her name again? I always fucking forget.
Nirvana.
So okay, so I was this.
Where's
You-
your horse?
My horse is dead.
Oh yeah, I punched it to death.
Seems like a gross oversimplification of my efforts.
Just let the story be, all right? Stop letting your facts ruin the story. Yes, you will get credit. It looks like we killed it.
That was big of you to share that.
My companions.
Well, he won't stop whining.
My companions aside, why are you here?
I have been instructed to kill you all Upon your return,
Yeah, sounds about right. Do you really
Like
believe you
Grugash's
could do
order?
that, though?
I have been ordered by Grugash. My service has been passed on from Orsvis to them. I am to ensure their survival.
You didn't get the memo?
Uh,
She didn't get the memo. No one talks to her,
The
apparently.
Nightwing is bred and born to Orsivis. The Nightwing is a creature that is its own. It can operate in its bounds of freedom. I, however, cannot.
that is unfortunate. There's no
You're
way
gonna-
to rewrite those bounds now, is there?
I suppose not.
Okay, so you know you're about to do a fight that Orsifis doesn't condone. Cool.
Well, her service is to Grugash. She doesn't care what the Orsavis says. It's
Yeah,
Grugash
it's
who's
really
her
lame.
boss, so
Blink twice if you're being coerced.
Orsivis was never my master, nor was Grugash.
Who's yours? Then?
I did not have any master. Moves the head downwards. Fine, grabs the axe.
So you have no master, but you're also working whether or not you will it one way or another. That's confusing.
Well, the best we can do is give you a warrior's death.
Such.
It's humanoid
I like the way
wearing
you're talking.
crude plate armor, helmet,
savage.
metallic stag horns.
Got spicy.
Takes off the helmet. You observe is a female Cyrene. Is a fey creature with black corrupted eyes. The face is young, pale, and yellow tinged. The hair is patchy and black. Blue strands flowing to the mid-back. Vines and the tendrils of the axe begin to sprout from the hands to the forearms and to the legs.
Well, I only got your horse last time. Ugh.
And I'm gonna cast I'm gonna cast Mage Arm before we get into anything else.
Okay.
Because it would have gone down long ago, and I would not have recast it till some form of potential would have come up. So
It
now I'm
lasts 8
casting it.
hours, doesn't it?
It lasts 8 hours, but we literally did take a long rest.
Oh yeah,
and
it did take longer.
and not knowing how
And the
long,
travel.
like there's the travel time, and then not knowing how long we would have to like deal with certain obstacles when we got here. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait until we know there's gonna be some kind of interaction that's gonna require it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor as my pre-battle magic because I know we're about to roll initiative.
I'm just gonna start walking towards her.
Yeah, I don't really have to pray or anything. I just
I'm
go,
just
"I'm gonna
kind of
keep
just
hitting
kind of
stuff
tossing the
tomorrow."
bag down, putting things to the side.
Toss
Just
the bag
like,
down.
get
Paz
ready.
makes the first move to move forward, grabs the axe, and begins to get ready for you to attack. I need everyone to roll initiatives.
Just seems like she's not fully on board with the thing that she's choosing to do.
Well, I got a nat 1. That's gotta hurt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I rolled
Naira.
about consistent as always with a 2.
Naira's okay.
Alright.
don't
At
worry.
At
Don't
no
worry,
time have I
Paz.
ever rolled high on initiative.
Don't worry, Paz. We
Oh,
always
Varys.
roll
Oh,
high.
no.
We always roll
That's
well.
okay.
I mean, it's fine. It just means you're going to come in and kill them, but it's consistent for me, unusual for you.
I was tempted to burn an inspiration, but I didn't.
So Paz is the first one forward. Paz, as you begin to move forward, there is a large and massive wall that begins to be created.
You want to fight, but you're going to put a wall up? That's dumb.
Is it like a grass wall? Or...
Yeah, I feel like you can run through it.
Is this a
Counter
spell?
spell.
Is
this
this
is
a
a spell.
one-on-one thing?
Well, I mean, Wing Song's got the counter spell going.
Counter spell, that shit.
Okay? Go ahead and make a roll.
2.
You gotta make an ability check with your charisma. Please.
Ability check my charisma.
Yep.
Yep. Charisma ability check.
You just
Pretty
wanna do
charismatic.
one-on-one combat. Is that what this
Okay.
is?
20. It has been counterspelled, so as you send offwards, this is a wall of thorns as it begins to
Just
sprout from the
18.
ground, emanating outwards. You can see it begin to twist and bramble around as you do, sending up a counterspell to dispel it. They do not seem to be discouraged. They grab the great axe and wait Paz to make their move. Paz, you're next.
Well,
Damn it, I got to. I gotta do this. We're just gonna walk straight up. This is it. Fight's happening. Oh, back it down. Oh. Well,
Great axe,
no
you see
back
the
it down.
quarterstaff around, whipping it around, grabs the great axe, hits it towards the handle, and twists your quarterstaff, parrying the blow.
Just messing around. This is gonna be a thing that's gonna be a thing that
A
happens.
natural one to a natural
It's gonna be a
20.
thing
That's
that
so
happens.
funny. How? That's so surprising. As you come across with the natural 20, lowering your leg around, kicking into the hip area, crunching into some of the armor, and using the quarterstaff as a balance to that kick.
I'd like to think that I tied some of the circus tears to the end of it, so it's just whipping water around.
Whipping water around.
And then we burn the key.
Okay.
We going again.
Okay.
She would just be smoking this Sylvana pack over here.
18 does not land. Coming across, wearing the key, come across with the tronic knuckles, and then scratching into the plate armor. It's not able to get through.
We never asked how he learned all these things either.
Going through the second strike, you now are able to connect through, coming across
Yes.
the lower
Okay.
left. 12 points of bludgeoning damage
stuff.
dealt. Crunching into the
I'm
plate
also
armor.
going to spend an additional key.
Spent a lot of time alone in the woods. Just hitting stuff.
9.
They take no damage from necrosis as you sproutwards, and it seems that they're, as you come through on the strike, it actually does not penetrate into the body.
Does she suffer the effect of the poison as well, or?
They are
Probably
immune to
not.
poison.
That's what I thought. All right,
The disrespect.
I know. Can you believe it? End of my turn.
All right, Wingsong, you're up next.
Wing Song shall move. I'll move 30 feet because I want to always try to stay in range. I am 30 feet, so that's perfection. And then I'm going to. Naira's last, so never mind.
Could be
I'll
cool
go-
though. Could be last, but cool.
No, it'd be a waste of a spell slot, honestly. I'm going to then cost. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at her at 2nd level.
Okay.
There it is.
All right, they're going to fail with a 9. They take 17 points of psychic damage, and then they're going to use a reaction to run.
Oh my goodness. What?
Yep. Well, that's just Distant Whispers.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I missed that.
They are going to go into the palisade wall, into the difficult terrain, into the fires. They do standing in massive amounts of fire that's kind of slowly burning underneath them in the light. That's difficult terrain, so they move as far as they can. As it does trigger an
Does the
attack of
fire
opportunity.
affect them?
The fire is not enough to deal any secret damage. It's burning underneath the logs and certain things. They're stepping upon them. So essentially,
Okay.
if you had large amounts of logs that were over top, the fire is going to burning underneath it yet to really fully get going. 28 is going to hit with the attack of opportunity and 12 points of bludgeoning.
Can I also attempt a stunning strike while I'm at it?
Okay, you attempt a stunning strike. They are going to succeed against your DC 17 con save.
All right.
Always
Gotta
worth
give
the
it a shot.
try. Okay, I still have my bonus action, so I'm going to bonus action Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Let's go with. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna just And my turn.
I'll think it's your turn.
And how well do I see her from where I am?
You can see her really well. The light is brightest at the epicenter of the fire.
I'm just worried about the wall.
There is no
Oh,
wall.
there's no
There is no
wall.
walling.
It's
The
just trash.
palisade wall has been thrashed and destroyed.
right.
It's all upon the
That's
ground.
right.
It's creating difficult terrain around them, which is what I replicate. So it's difficult terrain around the fires, which is
Yeah.
the fire kind of campfires. So that's what's kind of burning. It's where the logs have kind of piled up to some of the thrashing.
Oh, yeah, there's more than that. Right? Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. This nice and simple. Guess at that level. Let's get something good here.
Oof, rip.
That doesn't work.
All right, 13 is just off the mark as you send off a guiding bolt that is going to send far left and zigzag, exploding kind of outwards into the bits and pieces of palisade wall, the large pieces of timber that can shred into multiple fragments as the guiding bolt hits.
Okay. And there.
All right, suit, you're up next.
Alright, I'm just gonna take a couple steps forward up next to Wingsong. I'm going to whistle and call my Hound of Ill Omen. Just manifest behind her.
Okay.
And then I will cast Confusion.
Okay.
I need to click my token to do that.
All right, they are going to, let's see, make sure I state what's happening properly. Okay, they do seem to be impacted by the effects and clear what will happen at the start of their turn. It's going to determine that they do seem to be confused and kind of moving, sidestepping side to side, and kind of sliding on that difficult terrain.
Yep. And with that, my Hound of Ill Omen will just take a bite at it, at its
Okay.
hind leg. No advantage, and that's not going to hit.
It's unable, scratches with the teeth into the plate armor.
Yep, and that'll end my turn.
Very sharp next.
Wonderful. I will bonus action dash my way right in front of her.
Okay.
And then I will pull out my scimitar and slice.
Okay. Slice it up.
Slice her.
25 hits. 12 points of slashing damage. Slice into the right leg.
And we'll attack on sneak attack since I can do that again.
Woo!
5 points of sneak attack. And for the second
And
strike,
swing again.
24 connects. 14 points of slashing damage across the center chest.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Gilga, you're up next.
Gilga.
Alright. Yeah, I sorry, just think here. So I'm gonna approach 30 feet. Just trying to get close. Nothing more. Seems like y'all got it handled. I'm probably just going to cast Hex on him. Nah, I'm not going to even do that. I'm just gonna fire my I'm just gonna cast Soup Bolt, my Fireball.
Okay. Fire away. Last
Lost nothing.
Oh no! Oh
There he
no.
is.
11
not
does not
impressed. He
land.
just
As you fire
left.
off the bolt of fire, it seems to scatter and hit in the direction
Or just restart itself.
of the left arm and the
Love
padding
that.
of the metal. Glances it off.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Guardian on myself, so just give myself some temp HP, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, Naira, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to come much closer. Let's see. 30
Did Dante
feet.
go?
I'm here.
Yeah, he cast a guidance and missed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, guiding bolt.
Okay, well, I guess I
Guiding bolt,
can.
yeah.
At 30 feet, I guess now I will, in fact, face step. Hmm. Mhm. And then can she take damage for that?
It's gonna take 4 points of fire damage.
Thanks.
Stepping through the
Okay.
flame, so you appear. Flame sprouts from you. Your eyes slightly golden and auburn color.
I'm gonna waste no time in taking a swing.
Coming across for this strike, 29 is going to hit 15 points of slashing and fire damage, pressing through from the upper left.
And I'm guessing since we're in combat, she can't have a reaction in real time, so I'm just gonna keep swinging. As far as like emotionally, not like mechanically.
Okay.
So I'll just swing out.
Coming across through the second strike, 23 is going to connect. 28 points of slashing and fire damage as you come in through the second strike here. Slice directly across horizontal through the chest, splintering some of the plate armor, bleeding profusely of this blackish oozed blood. They gasp as they cough out blood, and they kind of fall a little bit in their confusion. They're still bewildered.
Oh, I also just want to be like, I'm sorry that this is somewhat partially out of your hands or decision making. All right, they're still hanging in there.
Just barely, but yes.
Anything else?
I'll leave it. No. I was tempted as always to do close range, long range magic, but
Well, you couldn't anyway because you burned your bonus action for face up.
for face step. Yeah, I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. New turn. We now come to Savannah. Rolling a dice to determine behavior. See, Savannah doesn't move, take any actions. As they grip the great axe, bleeding profusely, they slowly drop it down. And they close their eyes. As you're up next.
Get on in here, Pass. Cleanup crew.
Yep. And I'm assuming this fire is in place.
It is.
So the fire is lit. It's just underneath the palisade walling. Okay, so think about if it's fallen on top of the flames, and those are kicking up now. They're building up, which is giving off the light.
If only we had stones that could put out fires constantly.
Yeah, I mean, if you went over there with your stones dropping up water, you'd probably create all sorts of
Stupid.
crazy stuff.
That's just what I'm doing.
Looks like it was worth it the whole time.
I'm gonna steal those stones.
As it drops,
Already worth
massive
it.
amounts of steam blooming up as the steam is now concealing smoke. It's creating a haze. It's difficult to see.
I'm just gonna look. Consensus. This lady's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, she's not dead yet, but
I mean,
Dead, yeah.
The intent is to unalive her.
Coming across 26.
Probably is now.
Running at the backside of the confused Sylvana, you take your quarterstaff, raising it upright. As you do, you go in for a strike aimed at the back of the head. As that connects with cracking their skull, bleeding profusely, whispers outwards from their voice as they whisper, "Finally." Fall down to a knee and
We did
land
a
forward,
favor.
dead.
oh, she wanted this.
I know that kind of
Obviously.
takes the edge
I
off.
was gonna have a
Yep.
cool line about first your horse, now you, and
Makes you
I-
wonder that
That
perhaps
was
I
Okay,
had a
fine,
feeling.
they did this
I had a
of their
feeling.
own accord. We're not
What,
commanded.
suicide?
yeah,
Yeah.
essentially
Death by
forced
cop.
suicide. Yeah.
Death by. Death by
Well,
murder.
don't call me a cop. I don't like that.
That's not what I called you. Said death by heroes.
death by a party of irrational, blood-seeking
Bunch
monks,
of idiots.
warmongers.
We are not
You know what?
warmongers.
I actually honestly
We
feel
are
pretty
just
good about this because we not
professional.
only did it really efficiently and professionally, but also it does seem like that was her end goal. So
Well, You
think
know,
I think she winked at you when you hit her, and she was like, "I like it."
I don't know. I hit her in the back of the head, so I couldn't see.
Her body's still there.
Correct. Body's still there. Plate
Oh, yeah,
armor
we're
is
rummaging through this.
crude and
Yeah.
polished. ruined.
Are we
The
looting
great
the body?
axe-
Is
the
that what we're
great axe
doing?
sits
Oh, hell yeah.
by the vine, still writhes around as the handle of the great axe, and it's
Are
still
we
Okay,
all
wait.
gonna do
black
an
shoes.
investigation check?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an investigation check. I want to see what's on this body.
I'm
Ferris
gonna use
stepping
it.
aside to let y'all do your.
I thought you were
I'm
going
doing
to.
Well,
shit.
no, he's taking a skill or whatever.
I want to just roll because I feel like rolling.
I'm burning 7 sorcery points to get back my 4th level spell slot.
Okay.
That's all your sorcery point.
That's 7 out of 10, but I can get them back.
A lot of sorcery points.
So, using spell of Fearing Ring, we have investigation of 28, a 6, and a 22 as you all thumb through. All three of you are easily able to find that this person doesn't have really any material possessions at all. Underneath, they have loose garments and scraps. They smell rotten and unclean, but they're inside, tucked within the pocket of the pants. You notice there is a piece of parchment that is coiled and wrote. It's a small letter of some kind. You unfurl it with the width of only about 2.5 inches. You kind of pull it out and you unwrap it. It reads in Sylvan.
Arrow was under Sylvan, right?
This says
Do we?
Wait, I can read. I can read Sylvan.
Oh yeah, we have parchment in Sylvan.
now you gotta read it now.
Yeah.
With the Elvish, you're able to work through it. You necessarily have proficiency in Sylvan language itself, but you're able to work through this and take more steps closer to understanding the language in its entirety. It simply states Paxina.
Is the name? I'm
We
tucking
will-
that away.
You're not going to read it further?
Sorry, no, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
I
up to
thought
you.
that was it.
I really
I
thought
was-
the way you did it,
I
I
was
thought it was Paxina,
I was going a little
period,
slow
and
there, but
everything
hey,
else.
you know what?
Sorry.
You really
You know
had
what?
that impression of finality there.
Hey,
Jim.
whoa. All right.
Okay.
That was it.
I look forward to the online version of this, but okay.
Paxina.
Yeah. Go on.
I,
Sorry.
born in Thixia, and you, born in the Autumn Vale. It seems that we were always destined as small children, as I would take trips into the Autumn Vale, to the Sill, and we would frolic through the meadows of the mid-dew. Fell in love when we shouldn't have. We were destined always for purpose, to protect. I know that it would be time beyond incomprehension, and you most likely are not alive. I write this letter to tell you that I love you, that there is still a part of me left. Dwindles each and every day. Always yours and forever. Sylvana.
This is the most important thing I own. I tuck it away really carefully and like wrap it in some stuff so it's not going to get wet because of past.
Could be more
always stuff
poetic,
away.
could be more longer. You notice that the scribblings and the writing they have a feeling of two different handwritings. This is if two people were writing this. It stops, becomes abrupt, and then continues. That the words themselves needed to be very simple and forward. This person might not have been able to write truly what they were feeling, wanted to say.
Get a little teary-eyed thinking about what it might mean to Faxina. And again, try to tuck it in as carefully as possible.
The only other thing that you have here is the crude plate armor, which is completely unrepairable. It has been crude in its construction before. It's held by twigs and vines. It really just falls off of their body as they died. The magic about those twigs and vines, those branches, those brambles that were holding this piece together. The great axe still writhes. The handle itself is alive with these green vines, and the blade is dripping of a black, yellowish ooze that drips into the ground. It just lays there, along top of the logs and the palisade wall. The steam and sizzle of smoke from Paz, who's just dispensing water everywhere.
Paz, just pour some on top.
Not poor Paz. This is
No, pour
so
some
far
water. Pour some water
they've
on top.
already paid for themselves. Already won.
I'm gonna, on the other fires, I'm gonna just kind of like walk by and cast control flames and put them out.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Are
really
y'all
cool
done?
and not turn the
Yeah,
torch out
what are
the
you
fire.
collecting?
Oh, no, I was gonna remove what armor remained and then burn the body.
Oh yeah, valid.
Okay. So removing the armor that remained to burn the body. Is anybody touching or taking the great axe?
Gilga.
Nope.
Gilga.
Yep.
Pick this up.
Naira, please don't
He's
give him
immune to acid and he
It's-
likes new toys.
It's
You know
not
what?
the acid I'm worried about. It's the curse that's probably on
Okay,
it.
yeah, it is probably.
You know, I just want to
Full
say I
disclosure.
didn't go back down, touch the orbs. You know, I know self-restraint. I know.
I don't believe that based
No.
on
I
all
don't-
prior
I'm willing
experiences.
to touch
with you.
anything.
No, I know self-restraint. You know, I could have gone and put all the orbs in that, put the orbs in the tower and caused the towers to collapse, but I didn't.
Why
Well, how
would
do we
you
know
even
the
have that
granite is
idea?
cursed? What if it's the armor that's cursed?
But I just want to say is,
The
oh,
armor's
it's the
not
armor
good.
cursed. Actually, I do
No.
want to take. I do want to take the armor though.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and kind of like pick up the axe with Mage Hand and just kind of like slowly drift it away from everybody.
You could take the axe. Isn't she wearing technically armor?
Here, I got. No, wait, never mind. I don't have any more cabin.
She was wearing extremely destroyed and broken down plate armor.
Basically,
Oh.
plant bio.
It had,
It
it
was-
had like vines and everything. growing
Yeah,
through it,
no,
holding
ew,
it
never
together.
mind.
Yeah, I'm
It doesn't
just-
mean it wasn't cursed. Just saying.
It's
Anyone
gonna-
not dead? Anyone alive?
But if it's not the axe, you're all gonna feel silly. I'll touch it.
Oh, this door's locked.
Pat, you can touch it if you want.
You alight the fire of the body, leaving both the plate armor and the great axe laying near side.
It's not like us to not touch something clearly bad for us.
Coming to the staircase here, you can see there are bits and pieces of rubble, but the staircase does indeed continue down. It just needs to take a little bit of time and work, maybe an hour at most, to remove the rubble and debris.
All right, everyone, let's get going. Let's go down there, and all the big, strong people, they do the rocks, and for 1 hour, us nerds can sleep.
It's not so much sleeping, but I will take a short rest myself for that hour.
Paz, do you wanna sleep with us too?
Why would Paz sleep?
So
'Cause
not
he
all
has
of you can
key-
take short rests. Someone has to do this, and they have to have it.
I am
Yeah.
perfectly fine taking a rest.
Paz is taking a rest. We have Sue taking a rest. Who's actually moving the rubble?
Wing is
I'm with
also
rocks.
taking
If
a
you
rest.
need something dug, you best no one better than a dwarf.
All
Yeah, I
right.
mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but it
Dwarfs
looks like
like
I know
Yeah.
you're thinking it, you cop.
I completely want to just
I'm the opposite of a cop.
Rock
I-
and stone.
I may pretend to be an officer of the law.
You no rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
I'm gonna, as I sit down, I'm gonna burn 2 of my first level spell slots for sorcery points.
Okay. So take some of you again. Only some of you can take a short rest. You definitely have to have at least 3 people on this. So we have Nere, we have Thothic, and we need one.
Thothic.
We need one more.
Take it. I'll do it.
I was gonna say, Golga, come on.
All right, go.
You
The
gotta
rest
do
of
it.
you can take short rests. That's totally fine for this hour as you're moving the rubble and debris. This is exactly like real life construction. I mean, we're literally doing it right now. You have
Yeah,
the
all the
majority
strong-
of the party watching.
All of the strong people.
I
All the
love
strong
it.
people are doing the
good work.
hard work. All of the smart foreman
Fantastic.
people, they're just hanging
Hey, I am
And
a
Wing
smart
Song
person.
is
You know,
there
I'm leading.
because
I'm leading this party
I love
to
it.
clearing this
is
rubble.
Fantastic.
I'm the
This is
boot box, you know?
Okay.
We
I'm, gonna
actually
ping
call
this,
this
I'm just going to ping the stream view. So you clear the rubble out. You take your short rest. So go ahead and make sure to toggle those, and we'll hit dice if you need them. So
Don't
you
need to.
begin to descend down. You notice that there's bits and pieces of the actual tunnels that have really crashed. They've just been destroyed. So you notice maybe the tables and the furnishings have been from the rock above have kind of come down, and you can see little bits of light from the fire that's burning Savannah's body. So perhaps there's actually just matting of grass and dirt that's covering over, because there's not much distance between the ground and here, right? There's not much stone here. So that really has just kind of come down and caved. You were able to find the pathway, the tunnel that you did before. You move the passage underneath Lake Shirley's Fort, continues and north as it descends. This is very familiar. The journey takes a time. It feels like a decent amount. We don't need to go into how far and how long, as we did that before. And eventually you get to a point where the vines and the wrappings are moving around. There's dripping and bubbling of certain things. You can hear them into the distance. And you've traveled for numerous amounts of hours at this point as you've made your journey to a very familiar place.
Oh, we skipped the Hydra.
Ooh, yes.
Did we skip the Hydra? Oh no, this is where the Hydra was.
This is the Hydra room, yeah.
This is the Hydra room. If we have to deal with it again,
Do you think it grows that fast?
who knows? It's. I mean, we literally watched an egg hatch and it drop into the acid the moment we killed the first one. So
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not crossing it again like last time. I'm not going to go be in the middle
I
of that thing.
volunteer as tribute to say
Go on.
hello.
Go, Wingson. Go say hi.
All right, can I make an investigation just to see if there's anything near that spot again?
do we notice
Alright.
the wall on the other side still open?
The wall on the other side is still open. That is exactly correct. The vines have been pulled back. You make way. Gilgad needs to make a perception or investigation if you're whatever you're attempting to do here.
I'm just trying to investigate to see if there's any traps or anything going to fall on top of me.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh well, that sucked.
14. You don't see any traps. Nothing's gonna fall on top of you. You look down to the bubbling acid. You don't see anything moving.
All right, I think we're good,
Hey,
Winsong.
Hydra, come out, Hydra.
It's not going to come out. I think we're good. We're safe.
Kissy
Can-
noises. I
Didn't
have
you say you
mud.
volunteer as tribute? Why don't you
Winsong,
go? And
Winsong,
I'm
can we
gonna try
worry
to.
about the Hydra later, please?
Shadow begins to merge in space as a figure begins to form.
Oh,
Looks in the direction of Yusu. This figure is a more refined version of what you have seen of ropes and tatters of cloth about their face and purplish eyes of a quadruple eyes. They have 4 eyes
Oh, no.
and then a mouth that crests between.
Dad?
They seem to have what I imagine is a scythe that is in their hands. This is what is very similar to the Versace, right? But the blade is twice as long, goes all the way down to the floor. It also has kind of a glow to it as it stretches and looks. They are very humble with their appearance. This tattering of brown and black clothing fits over, resembling some maybe dragon scale or scale armor underneath, and it's kind of clung to their skin. They're lanky, but they also have broad shoulders, and they're very tall. This figure is roughly 12 or so feet tall, and they just stare with these glowing purplish 4 eyes as they're looking in the direction of you.
I'm gonna
So who is this? Who is this?
I'm just gonna kind of like pause for a second. I'm just gonna be like, and I'm going to, just, what's this?
Fucking dad.
Can the others see it, or is it just me?
You're looking and you see them staring right at it.
Okay.
We all see it.
Okay, just making sure. What are you doing here?
Takes the scythe and stamps it down. So you see this emanating of purplish shoot outwards like in a pulse. You can feel that there's something about your mind that begins to feel not quite right. Not that they're doing anything to you in specific, but it just feels like there's some sort of effect just by hitting the scythe into the ground. Stares and looks towards you, Torgorath. If you die, I cannot help you.
I wasn't planning on it.
I will not stop you. Torgorath. once your brother is slain, you will come home.
I will come home. Wait, I heard you cut out on that first. Did you say I or he?
Once Grugash is slain, you will come home.
Oh.
Nair's like, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell.
Why might I be asking this? Why shall I be going home?
You will return to achieve your final form, regain your memories, and serve as prince.
Yes.
And if I decline,
You dare defy?
it's just a question, please.
Why do you ask all the bad questions?
When the good kid asks casually what being bad would look like.
If you decline, you will lose all connection.
Yep, I had figured that.
I will have no choice but to disown you, and you will walk a meager and pathetic life amongst mortals.
It's not pathetic being immortal.
Silence yourself!
Yeah, pathetic mortal. Silence yourself.
You're immortal too.
Why?
Where's
why
Winston? There. Tiffany's gonna backhand Wing Song to shut him up.
Silence, pathetic mortal.
For the old companions that do not know me, my name is Orsavis.
With a C.
Yeah, no shit.
I am known in the Shadowvale as the king of the mind or the mind viper. I have over
Great.
60,000 servants, bound to me by the onslaughts of what I do to their minds.
Scary.
And I will not hesitate to cut you down and imprison you for eternity.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna die before eternity comes, so
But
I
you
mean,
must
wouldn't it be more like
first
100 years?
slay Grugash,
You're like,
or to
he's got
stop
priorities.
whatever master controls them has twisted the mind beyond. Even Grugash has turned on me.
Right.
That was the plan.
So I'm
Damn sorry.
gonna doing
Mhm.
this is gonna help you.
We need to stop Damodar.
I don't know. This dude just said he's gonna slay me down and 60,000 people and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
But don't you feel like we're being used right now? I mean, it just feels like we're
Oh,
such
it's
a tool
pathetic,
Gil-
mortal.
to like one being to another.
Silence,
Like
pathetic mortal.
I just looked back. It's like Gilka, being a part of this prophecy is counting as being used. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
know,
This process is
I
not
Silence
great either.
yourself! Stomps the scythe down as you all fall into a confused and dreamy stupor. As if
All
some
of us, I wasn't
sand
talking.
envelops about the room, putting you in
We don't even get a
hallucination-like
freaking
effects.
save.
As you do, 6 seconds pass by and you shake your head and your back into the room. This bickering is pathetic, disgusting. I should
like your
control
side.
all of you and march you in and fight Grugash myself.
Not really down for the whole being controlled thing.
I am.
That's an inside thought. Wings.
We went there. We went
If you want it, go for it.
Wing Song, has it ever occurred to you to maybe like sometimes not respond to something that's said. Just listen to a conversation.
Silence, mortal.
11 o'clock.
I'm gonna.
Pathetic.
I'm well aware of
Crazy.
what time it is, Haley.
Oh,
I'm gonna go into a dazed stupor.
That is 6 seconds.
I'm gonna be haunted by the phrase "silence mortals."
So are you gonna let us
Yeah.
go kill your other son, or are you gonna stand here insulting us?
What if we
Say
kill
it
both
again.
sons?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm not going to.
Why-
You know,
why would-
so-
Wait, so we're killing Sue?
Oh,
No,
what?
Can we
No.
please go kill the dragon? Can we please go kill the
God,
dragon?
y'all are dumb.
As a whirlwind of purplish psionic energy begins to envelop around them, spiraling in a vortex, the last words are, "Good luck." Disappears.
Oh, he didn't say mortals. That's weird.
Hey, I would just have to say, guys, I think we defeated a boss with our words.
Hmm.
Silence,
I-
mortal.
He
He
seemed
said he was
really
gonna cut
nice,
us down
but-
after we killed the dragon, so
Yeah. So you got a real
I-
winner there. That seems like a real nice guy.
What
Real
is going
father of the
on?
year.
What's going on
guy's
with
like-
Wing Song's token?
Guys, like,
We
guys
saw
like
was
Paylor.
feeling
Quality
Well, we
dad.
actually beat an enemy with our words. Let's go.
Mhm.
That dude's worse than Paylor.
I don't think
I
we
think
beat him.
We gotta stop talking so much. We gotta just start killing stuff. This is
Oh, we gotta start listening more.
Nah.
as an
Naira, you gotta
avatar of
remember.
Orsavis disperses after assaulting your minds with psionic abilities. and other things
Whatever.
gifted from the Shadowfell. Essentially there just to tell Torgorath of what is required of them upon the slaying, and also giving approval of this.
what a narc.
They are allowing you to do it of your own control, without controlling you. For some reason. Interesting. With that, we're going to go ahead and end the session.
Ooh, woo.
Woo!
Ooh,
Want that
woo.
And looks like we're going to find a dragon next week.
I gotta say though,
We almost fought a god.
this is just chaotic. I feel
Varys
like the
almost
last
fought a god.
Varys almost fought
fuck
a
this
god.
shit.
It was close. It was really
All right,
close.
well, there's
like,
Cody. Go ahead and
maybe
roll a new
half-
character.
Yeah.
half of it is like I
Maybe.
fucking hate everybody right now. The other half of
Yeah.
so is like I basically just pissed my pants because I was not expecting that. Wasn't
Maybe
expecting.
at some point, Wingsong will just learn to shut up.
That's
I
not
didn't
e-
speak as much as others did. I said
You
silence,
spoke
mortal.
enough.
I'm going to be honest. I thought that you would say that to Gyoga, but you just said that to Wing Song. So I was like, I'm gonna push it. I
No,
just kept pushing
you
it.
know,
Yoga
just-
gets away with way too much shit, and that needs to
Exactly.
be addressed. But not tonight.
Okay. EXP.
No,
Experience.
Dothing has it in for Wingsong right now for not being appreciative for saving his ass. So
Fair. Can I start winding down? Can you throw my XP on, please, please, please?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can do that, right?
benevolent God.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
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 they
Silence, mortals.
Silence.
Pathetic mortals.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So, guys, are we still streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta give
He
experience
always gives a
still.
warning. Yeah, and he always gives
Yeah.
a warning. He always says streams off.
Mhm.
Yeah, he usually does like a closing that we all.
Like,
Yep.
I'm gonna be very honest. I should probably just change my my alignment to chaotic neutral or chaotic good. I think that's just
Alignment means
Me-
nothing in D&D.
alignment means nothing in D&D. But I do have to say, me and Wingsong, I feel like we just vibe and just making shit just go wild.
You're both just chaotic stupid.
You literally
Oh.
went, I don't like you enough, so I won't help you.
I was just the people with the highest intelligence stats are Wingsong and Gyoka.
Yeah, you two with the highest intelligence stats. You're
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
both
highest
chaotic
intelligence stat.
stupid.
You know
I
what?
also wanna
Sometimes
just
going
point out-
against the norm is actually the wisest thing to do, or the
Okay.
or the
Clarence
smartest thing
wishes
to
he
do.
would
Yeah.
fight a god and just then
I
all the
have-
arguing would be quiet in his brain.
I have the highest charisma, one of the highest ints, and one of the highest.
You do not
wisdom.
have the highest charisma. We are tied.
And
Gonna
you're
interrupt
tied
you
on
here.
it.
So we have 5,000 448 experience each. That's going to put you to 69,952 experience total. That's for this session and the last session. Because I did not get experience after the last session.
All right.
Guys, we can't get any
That's
more
the
XP.
So, if you are
Wait,
watching the stream and you stayed with us this entire time, we really appreciate it. And we hope that you join us next week for the fight, looks like, of against the dragon. We're going to see who survives and who doesn't. I'm just kidding. Everyone's going to live.
Don't
Stay
believe
tuned
that.
to see if Happy
Stay
goes down for a
tuned.
second time in a
My
row.
film
Let's
thing has a
go.
considerable amount of influence over who survives.
That's very
And
true. That's
I have a very strong feeling I'm gonna get targeted by fucking you
Yeah, I
guys.
feel like we all have an individual influence on who and who does not survive.
Bye, stream.
Uh,
Hey.
man, I hope no child